Oppa Gundam style.
Oh, thank God you said it in a normal way.
I could not do the Sirocco voice to you with the what we're about to get into. Maybe next
God.
episode.
One for Colin's final mercy.
Yeah.
Colin's counterattack.
Oh man, you as the only person who knows how this anime ends. I'll be doing it next episode. That's what I can tell you.
Would you say that we're gonna see the Tears of Time finally after 16 weeks?
I think we've been seeing the Tears of Time for this whole show, but definitely we're gonna see more next time.
What's this show?
What's the show?
Do you mean Wild Cool Robot or Zeta Gundam?
Yeah, it's one of those, and the other's the other one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just sitting here I'm still thinking about Tears of Tim, Alan.
Yeah.
The Tears of Tim.
The Tears of
It's really good. I want to see them.
You will see the Tears of Tim.
Wait, what if instead of a new Type Flash, it was a Tim Allen grunt?
Hi, my name is Colin. My pronouns are they and them. And welcome to Well Cool Robot with my co-hosts Max.
Hi, I'm Max. I use he, him pronouns.
And Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I use she, they pronouns. Welcome to my twisted podcast.
I'm racking my brain, rotating it in my head, trying to find a mobile suit that I can twist into Tim Allen's name.
It's Tim Dias.
Tim Dias, thank you. Wait, hold on. It's coming to me.
Uh-huh.
Tim Allen B. Beardsley.
Wow.
That's a G Gundam. Don't worry about it, Sarah.
Okay.
Colin knows.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Also, my Owen Wilson horny voice, wow, still applies.
Don't say Owen Wilson horny.
Hey, who has the first episode?
I do.
Really afraid.
Don't be scared, Max. Everything's going to be fine. For this episode 46, known as Scirocco Rises. So, in this one, Paptimus is going to go to a meeting on the Guadine with Haman and Jamatov. He's going to take Rekoa. Sarah is like, but I want to come. So he's like, yeah, fine, you can come. So she comes. Meanwhile, Katz hears about this meeting and is like, fuck, he runs off out to go to it. He has a gun. He's going to kill Paptimus. And everyone is like, no, don't kill Paptimus. But in the end, it's actually Char, because Char was already on the Guadine hanging out with Minerva, who manages to find Katz, confiscate his gun. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine. Don't even worry about it. At the meeting with Paptimus and Haman and Jamatov, I don't know, fucking some stuff happens, and well, the thing is that Paptimus is going to shoot Haman, but then Char boosts in, he shoots Paptimus, and then Sarah shoots Char, destroying the whole room, and afterwards Paptimus shoots Jamatov and everyone runs away into space. Then the Titans shoot the Guadine, because the Paptimus tells him that Haman killed Jamatov, and then Haman comes after to shoot Paptimus, and then there's a thing where no one shoots each other for a while because there's like the sickest sand battle is happening, but then Katz comes in, he's going to shoot Paptimus, but Sarah gets in the way, in between him and Paptimus. Paptimus shoots Katz, then Sarah gets in the way between Paptimus and Katz. Rekoa gets in the way. Char comes in, Emma comes in, Camilla's here, and then just kind of everyone has to leave because there's way too many mobile suits.
I'm gonna throw up.
The episode is just a bit. That's the whole episode.
Dear sister. Oh my god.
So the Jupitress is here.
Oh my god. I was really I was really worried that like as you were going on that, I was like, they're probably gonna run out of, like the 2 minutes or so it takes for that like Zeta battle music to play during the summaries. Turns out I didn't need to be worried about anything at all. Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh. Ooh, what a good way to start this episode.
Listen, this is the energy. This is the finale of Wow Cool Robot. We've got to just kind of...
What you say? Oh, that you...
I feel like Agent Cooper at the end of the second season of Twin Peaks, which I just finished like recently rewatching, and like this is going to be a good episode. So hey, he's here. He's here. Who's here?
Scirocco?
My boy. My favorite mobile suit from Zeta Gundam is here.
What? The yellow one?
VO!
What?
Go away, Har. I'm not talking about you right now.
Wait,
Sarah, this VO is my
Haru's
favorite
right,
Zeta
though.
suit.
this looks like shit. It's so boring. I mean, the
Oh,
Keesley's
you
right
have
there.
okay. To be fair, you haven't seen VO's trick yet. But like, I love it. I love that Papnus is like Ace in the Hole is just like big fucking just like BBW of a suit.
I will say, like, the details on the chest are so weird and cool to look at, like, as they, like walk by it in that first shot.
Thank you, Sarah. I almost forgot.
I just love this episode's energy. This is, okay.
It's gonna be good.
Like the little chest details just look so nice when they're at, like, pilot scale right next to it.
Mm-hmm. The O is just, like, so big and round and pointy. I love it. Just a truly delightful man.
Sarah, I do need you to know that the fandom calls this Patrick Star because it's big and large and has a pointy head.
Mm-hmm. That was the bit the whole time, that we're dredging it up from the ocean.
Yeah.
That's like 20% of the mobile suits in Zeta.
Okay,
It
yeah,
is,
but this is the
technically.
best one.
Okay, fair, I guess. Like, literally, I didn't even, like, notice it until, like, he was having a whole stand battle with, Haman, and I was like, what the fuck is Poptimus driving? Like, what is that?
Yo, Papnus, why does your car look weird like that?
It's simply the biggest boy imaginable.
Oh, just truly large and in charge. Like you were saying, Colin, we are on the Jupiter's right now. I got too excited.
No, you're fine. This is, yeah. So, Sarah's calling out Rekua as, kind of, like, getting between her and Paptimus that, like, you know, she would definitely be the one going on this mission if Rekua hadn't come and inserted herself, you know, and Paptimus is just, like, so enamored with the fact that Rekua abandoned AU to be here, but, like, Sarah's been here the whole time, and, yeah, it's just, the girls are fighting.
Yeah, there's a really sort of clunky translation job with this, because as Sarah's talking to Rekua, she says the equivalent of, like, Papnus would be enamored with me if I was also an AU defector, but the way
Okay,
the
I'll give
subtitles...
you the... Say the subline first?
The subline is basically it doesn't talk it as if it were like a conditional. It's basically like the subs say like that Sarah is an AU defector, which has really confused me at first. I was like, wait, no, she's not from AU. It's just a bad sub job. But like, yeah, she's saying like if I were an AU defector like you, he'd love me as much.
The dub of this exchange is Sarah says, well, maybe if I'd been a traitor to Ayuk, I'd be the one cozying up to him right now.
Oh, interesting that it's like more on Rekua than on Paptimus. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, like this, like for how this is kind of reads, it's just Sarah being jealous.
Oh, yeah, both ways.
Like-
It's like Sarah being extremely jealous of other girl.
Yeah.
And then Rekua says she's having a laugh, mate, because she says, he treats both of us the same, Sarah.
Yeah,
Just having a laugh there.
I mean, he treats both of them the same way in that he's pressed their reset router button way too many times. But
Yeah.
not that you want that to be a good thing, Sarah. Please get some help.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sarah, like, calls her out. He's like, mate, does he fuck, mate? I don't know either from the north now. It's fucking...
They are. No,
is
they
it
are.
a Gundam Northern
That's
Edition?
that's what happens when you go past Mars.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Well, it does prove that Yazan is drinking Bucky just constantly.
That's why he's like that. But eventually, Paptimus is like,
no,
all right,
but like, because Rekua's response is, she's like, oh yeah, she's right. Shirako is the only person who's ever treated me like both a woman and a soldier.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want to talk about it. I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah. We're done with this plot line. I wish it was better. I had high hopes. I've always have high hopes for Rekua when we like move into the end of Zeta, and I always have to remind myself that this is what it is. It's turf bullshit. It sucks.
Worst part about these episodes is that Rekua has not been killed yet.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
God.
Okay, let's forget she ever said it.
Yeah. Paptimus is like, okay, Sarah, you can come too. Fine. The kids are fighting. Let's all go.
Yeah.
We're all friends here.
He does also get word from Jamatov that they're going explicitly to negotiate with Haman, but Jamatov has told them to not start negotiations until he is also there. Which I guess Paptimus begrudgingly agrees to.
Yeah, but he's like, he does a very cool, like, clenches fist, slams on his dashboard maniacal act. He's like, oh, he has some designs for this meeting. This is not going to be your regularly quarterly meeting. Nuh-uh, he's going to spice it up a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
He's got some points to raise at the board meeting.
Hey, all right, there we go, Sarah. Now you're coming around to it.
Yeah.
On the Argama, Katz is still here.
Remember
Yeah.
Katz?
Yeah, Katz is very worried that Quattro has not returned from the Guadon. And, is like, mouthing off about it. Camille's telling him to calm down. It's totally fine. It's just taking a while. That's all. And then they get a call to the kind of like pilot briefing room. And Katz picks it up and then immediately runs off. And when Camille goes to pick the phone up and find out what the fuck they told Katz, they said they intercepted a message from the Jupitress that they are also coming to the Guadon.
You hate to see it. Yeah.
Remember when phones had cables and you could just kind of throw them and run away and they'd be dangling there dramatically?
Yeah.
We really lost a lot of society.
Yeah, really.
But yeah, Katz like immediately gets in the G-Defensor and Camille has to follow after him and like, I think, does Camille like run to the room and like Torres is there? It's like, yeah, where Pappas is going. And like, we see Katz on the sort of runway like as he's getting ready and like, he sort of like the conveyor stops halfway and you're like, oh, bro, we didn't give the order. And he just like basically is like, fuck that. He floats up and like, verniers to the side and flies off anyhow. Yeah. This kid, put him on a leash.
Because he can't like use the catapult to like launch, but he can still like fucking hover and bunny hop the G-Defensor sideways and just
sort gravity.
Yeah.
Well, he just sort of falls off the argument instead of launches off it.
It's not very graceful.
The thing that's hilarious about this to me is the fact that Astonage keeps letting him get halfway onto the catapult and is like, oh, wait, I should probably check in on this first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I noticed because like he does the same thing next episode, but they just mirror the shot. So it's like he's going out the other side and they're like, no, cut. Oh, no,
we
did it again.
We lost him. Oh, dang it.
Happened again. Well.
Yeah.
They launch. Camille's going after him.
Yeah. Bright gives approval for Camille to go after Katz and bring him back, and meanwhile, like, tells everybody else to, like, get ready to launch if they have to sortie.
And
it's
what
more
I
like
do want to
when they have to sortie.
Yeah, they're fucking gonna... What I do want to say about this scene is Camille here, this is kind of where it starts, because, like, he's in the... they're just hanging out, waiting for shit to go down, and, like, Camille, like, kind of snaps at Katz. Like, he's very waspish here. And, like, it just keeps getting worse over these 3 episodes.
Protestantism in space.
What?
I didn't know they had Protestantism in space.
I don't get it.
WASP.
I don't get it.
White Anglo-Saxon Protestant?
Cool! Didn't know about that one.
Thing?
That's a very New England thing. Like, that is specifically a variety of people that exist in New England are WASPs. That's very American, yeah.
My guy... We have many other ways to describe Protestants over here.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you have a lot more, probably some more colorful language.
All right, fuck off, Greg.
Really?
But yeah, like, because he's like fucking going after Katz, and he's like, fucking Katz, I can't believe I have to fucking go after this guy again, oh my fucking god. Like, that's the vibe that he's starting here with.
He's not happy he has to wrangle the boy.
Yeah.
And I think, like, we're cutting over to the Guadon, and they sort of, like, get word that... this is Papmus and his ladies.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say it like that. They get word that only 2 of them can enter the Guadon, and they both, like, sidle up to Papmus, and we get, like, 2 little cut-in portraits. And then Rekka was like, she does the Katniss Everdeen hand, and she's like, I volunteer to stay back, because I have a bad feeling about this. And Sarah's like, Rekka. Like, sort of, I guess, like, sensing that she's either, like, patronizing her, or, like, doing something nice for her, but either way, I don't think she's happy about it.
Yeah, it's like either way she knows that, like, because Rekko was the one to, like, volunteer, that's going to get her brownie points with Sirocco.
Exactly.
Even if Sarah gets to go on the Guadon date with him, it's still, it's just going to be sniping from here on out.
Right. Do we cut over to the weird violin scene now?
Yeah.
I love this scene, it's so cute!
Minerva play violin.
I just wanted to see her actually play the violin and see that she was good at violin and that she's playing it for her best friend Char. And Char's listening to her play the violin. He's got his eyes closed. He's kind of doing the cocked head listening pose. And then she like finishes playing. And he's like, "Oh, Ma, you're like really good." And he says, "You have soothed my soul." It's very sweet. It's also very sinister, but it is very
Today
sweet.
I will play for you Taco Bell's Canon in D. I don't think it's a violin piece. I don't care. That's what she says in the show.
Hello, I would like to play Taco Bell's Canon because Shaw, I would enjoy if you brought me back some cinnamon twists.
So I just felt like your soul needed soothing, and there's nothing more soothing for the soul than some nice Taco Bell.
I saw a commercial on TV. They have a new dragon fruit freeze. Can you please get me a small one of that, please? If it's before 11 a.m., can I please have a breakfast crunch wrap too?
My tummy is too small for me to drink even an entire small dragon fruit freeze, so Shaw, you can have half of it and we can share.
My girlfriend said I sound like Adam Sandler when I do that voice. That's so mean.
It's sure. Okay, no, but like
God.
they do have like a really formal conversation.
It's so stilted. It's so awkward.
Maneva is
Yeah.
such a tiny little adult child.
Yeah, it is very creepy. But it also does like there's enough you can feel that she is genuinely affectionate towards Char, but she's just been trained to express herself in this incredibly formal manner, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, the line where she's like, I'd love to, she gets called to go to the Guanbon, which is a different Axis flagship. Maybe get a better naming scene, Guanbon Pon. And it's a loud motorbike. And she's like, I'd love to hear more about my mother and father. And I'm like, who? The one that Amuro killed?
Yeah, and she's like, oh wow, I can't wait for the restoration of Xeon. Then I wouldn't have to keep moving everywhere all the time. I hear side 3 is really nice. It's just, and Char's just kind of staring at her like,
She
yes.
specifically says that she hears side 3 is like Shangri-La. And that's a Gundam term I've heard before, Colin, right?
So that's, there is a colony called Shangri-La. It isn't going to show up until Zeta. And also I don't think she's referring to the colony Zeta. Shangri-La, because the colony Shangri-La fucking sucks shit.
Okay, I knew that Shangri-La is a double Zeta thing, but I was like, it's weird that they name drop it. It sounds like she meant it more as just like a comparison to Paradise or what have you.
Yeah, I would say
because of the translation is Paradise, that's what she means.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Garden of Eden.
Yeah, that's probably like an intelligent thing from the localization to say, wow, they immediately named a colony Shangri-La and it's a garbage dump. And, yeah.
Do you get it? Do you get it?
No, but I'm sure I will when I watch Zizi. Elliot's cat. And yeah, so Char is like, so she's moving to another ship. Interesting. Yeah. And then we sort of cut over to a Haman scene.
Yeah, I think she's like letting they get a radio that someone from the Argama's landing, and she's like, "Yep, you get one." Is what she says.
Yeah. You get one as long as it's not the Zeta Gundam.
And then we cut over to Katz, who's the one who's landing, and he's just like purposefully loading his ray gun, like I'm gonna get it.
He is like, I am 15 years old. I'm going to take a life today.
Yeah, I am 15, and I definitely believe I'm the protagonist of Zeta Gundam.
That's what that Taylor Swift song was really about. Killing an old dude in space.
Yeah.
And like we see Rekkoa sort of doing recon outside, and then she sees Zeta flying in, and like Camille like squeaks in as just like the little sort of like garage doors closing in the landing bay.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, "What the fuck?
Zeta
You can't
reaches
be
back,
here."
takes its hat suavely.
Yeah, exactly. And he lands, and like everyone has guns and everything, and like they get Katz out. And like they're sort of taking him away, I guess, because
Katz gets arrested, kind of.
Katz gets arrested. Yeah, it's like he's allowed to enter, but then they're also going to arrest him when he lands. And then Camille,
they believe Katz is a messenger from the Argama.
Okay, yeah. And then Camille gets out, and they start shooting at him immediately.
Yeah,
and like Sarah sort of floats down to him because she's been chilling. She's chilling in the Ball and Oak Saman the whole time. she floats down, and Camille's like, Sarah, you gotta help me, Sarah. Katz is going to kill someone right now. He's gonna kill Paptos and Hyman. Sarah, you gotta do something.
He's
like grabbing her leg, like, Sarah, please do something, Sarah.
You have to help me.
Yeah, he's like, what did you do to Katz? You messed up a perfectly normal boy. Please stop him from
Look
killing
what you did.
Paptos.
He's got new type anxiety, Sarah.
And yeah, like, well, speaking of Katz having new type anxiety, he's like in the, I don't know, being arrested and fucking does things that a protagonist of a show would do, and like sticks up his arrestor. He's very angry.
He's not good at it though.
He like captures his guard in the elevator so that he can go and do spy shit. It's very good. I actually like Katz in this episode, to be honest.
Yeah, and he does a couple cool things here because like he's like having a struggle with the guard the whole time, and like how convenient that he's doing this literally outside the room Char is sitting in. Yeah, and Char pops out and it's like, oh hell yeah, and he like pops it behind and knocks the guard out. It's so cool. I love Char. What a cool guy.
Yeah.
And because he like gets into like a sort of arm wrestle with like a full ass grown Xeon man, and he's like this 14-year-old child, and I'm like, Katz, you really thought you were going to win this one, huh?
Yeah.
You're real David and Goliath situation.
Also, during this whole thing, like, they sense what's going on, and Sarah literally says that she can't do anything to stop Katz.
Yeah, she's like, nah, this boy is a loose cannon. Nuh-uh, not touching this one, Chief. After they get subdued, the guard, rather, we cut over to the meeting room, and, like, I think Patmos shows up, and he's, like, saying some shit with Hyman. And Haman shows up, and then Hyman says this really funny line.
Yes,
she's the last to show up, and Hyman's like, delays in producing more cyanide gas, Haman. Get her ass.
It's a very good line. Like, it's
sassy
so
little
funny.
bitch.
Oh man! Before she shows up, Hyman does question Sirocco about why he didn't come to help at the gate of Zidane and just let the entire base get blown up, which is valid.
Car troubles. We've all been there. He had a flat tire.
Yeah. Yeah, basically because Poptimus is like, yeah, I'm sorry. Well, shit happens. What can you do?
He's like, he does like the damn, that sucks. Anyway.
And yeah, there's a kind of, we cut back to the dock briefly, but I don't think much happens there.
Camille gets like searched by a guard and is like telling them like, you need to go stop your boss from being killed right now.
Yeah.
Xeon guard, people are dying.
Sarah! I love that video so much. I just still think about it.
It's really good.
It's just fun how that guy's name was Max. Just something to think
crazy. About. Huh, I'm thinking about it.
But yeah, in the boardroom, Haman is all kind of like, all right, space is mine. I'm going to be queen of space. You Earth people, shut the fuck up. And she kind of looks over at Poptimus when she says this, and Poptimus is like, okay, yeah, fair enough. I am a space guy. I'm big brain new type from Jupiter. He doesn't actually say that. But he says, however, I have pledged my loyalty to His Excellency and sealed it with blood.
Yeah. And then he reaches into like his like breast pocket, and immediately like Camille senses Sirocco's murderous intent.
It's really good.
So good.
It's like just fucking like smash cut. Almost comedically, except extremely sinister.
Yeah.
There's some funny things in these episodes, I gotta say. An interesting subline here is that I don't know if she says exactly in the dub, Sarah, but in the sub, she says that, like, the Titans fucking suck because their souls are being dragged down by Earth's gravity. So, like, is the whole Earth's gravity soul thing a Char line, or is it a Haman line that Char picked up?
I think it's a general Xeon line.
I think it's a Mr. Xeon Daikun line.
Yeah, it's a Xeon Daikun.
Remember that guy?
Yeah, because also Haman brings up the fact that the Federation is probably going to abandon the Titans soon. And at this point, it's basically
wonder what could be happening.
Yeah, like the Federation is just gonna hold on to Earth, but really there's barely any people on Earth to begin with. They don't have a lot of power, and so it's basically like the Titans and Neo Xeon or Axis Xeon, like basically fighting over who gets to control space, with AU trying to fuck both of them up. And it's just, we're in a very cool, precarious position right now.
On a razor's edge.
Yeah, it's fine. They just need to talk to each other a bit. It'll sort it out. It'll be fine. No one has any kind of overwhelmingly murderous intent, which is reverberating throughout the entirety of the Guadin.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Char and Katz they're stalking about.
Do you want to shout out another cut, actually?
Ooh, yeah.
Because we get the cut from Shirako to Camille, who's like, I sense murder. And then he kind of like looks around a bit and he's like, something else is coming. Smash cut to Char.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who, basically, they take a guard out. Char gets a gun, gives Katz back his gun, and tells him to like get out of here and like go home. Char will take care of the rest.
God.
Oh, yeah. I thought Char had just like borrowed Katz's gun to do the murder. That was way funnier to me.
Oh no, yeah. The way that I read it is like Char borrows Katz's gun to murder a guard, gets the gun's guard, gives Katz back Amuro's gun because Char can't use Amuro's gun continually.
No, of course not.
So here's how I think it's gonna go down.
Yeah, Shirako pulls a gun on Haman just as Char runs in and shoots Shirako.
Though I will say, there's like a kind of a standoff moment before when Papinmus does have the gun on Haman, and Haman is like, oh, you're just going to shoot me in the middle of my ship?
Better make it
and
count.
Papinmus is like, yeah, because you need to be killed. Like, it's better than you not being alive. Or, yeah.
You're currently alive. I would like you to be not alive.
Yeah,
he's basically like, yep,
what we have to deal
it.
with all of your soldiers shooting us in the ship is going to be easier than if I left you alive and had to deal with you later.
God.
Yeah. But yeah, and then that is broken by just, Char coming in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, like, I love this, because Char shoots Papinus immediately, because, like, Sarah's been sitting in the cockpit of the Balanoxamon the whole time, like, holding her helmet in her lap.
She's just been chilling. She's
like,
simply been vibing.
She's doing, like, what everyone does as kids when you put, like, a basketball under your shirt and pretend to be Gregnant. She's, like, sitting there, like, cradling her helmet as if she's Gregnant. I mean, it's not an allegory. It's just funny the way she's sitting.
Yeah.
And then once Papinus gets shot in the arm, she immediately does Shaq voice real shit. No scope, like, moves the Balanoxamon's arm to the side, blasts a beam hole through the entire ship.
And directly shoots the meeting room. It's
so
fucking
sick.
wild.
Also, how did everyone in that room not die? Like, okay, I get it, it's space technology, minion particles. You can't be 5 feet away from, like, an active beam and not get your skin melted off, right?
So
Is that just me?
It's two things. One, we see that this beam punches through, like, 8 to 12 layers of ship.
Okay, fair.
And also, this is this is like a canon thing. It's the air inside the ship. The air like basically absorbs a lot of the energy from the mega particle. It's why, like, when they're in space, they have to like worry about like the power level of the beam so much. Whereas like anytime they're on Earth, it's just like, oh well, fire that motherfucker.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. All right, thank you, Colin.
Huh. But it's just like the kind of the shot of like Paptimus gets shot. Paptimus is like, and just it's immediate that just Sarah like is activated, and then you just see the shot of the boardroom being like bisected by her shot. Just the fact that she knows exactly where Paptimus is, it's like, oof.
It's really good.
This is what being ride or die
show.
is. Like I do want to say this. I am not saying that either of you have reset my Wi-Fi button with your Dracula powers, but I feel like at this point of recording Wow Cool Robot, I could do this to protect either of you.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I'll sense something's wrong, and I'll like find a gun, fire it in the direction of Southeast Virginia, and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm pointing to Virginia right now. It's kind of over there.
It's over that way, God, it's just like this is like, I think, the point where everything happens so much, and I feel like it's going to continue that way for the next 4.5 episodes.
The great thing about this is we don't even have the time to like really think about how much this is a leap ahead in like what new types can do, because this episode is going to go off the fucking rails immediately.
This is the most normal new type thing that happens in this episode.
And it's still so much more than any other new type thing that has happened in Zeta so far.
Like, I remember pogging out loud when Amuro was Gundam in those shots, and now it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna no-scope shoot through a ship, just like it's normal.
She literally 360 no-scopes.
It's so good. God, I love Gundam. And it's like Haman and Char like book it out of there. They're both like running separately.
I didn't even see them go.
You don't see them go. It's implied, obviously. I mean, they have to go, right?
Yeah. Sarah immediately gets out of her mech and starts just walking through the beam hole she made in the Guadon, straight to the meeting room. Camille follows, but like sees, like in the process, sees Katz running for the G Defensor. And then we get this very good scene.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, in the sort of boardroom, the dust is settling, and Paptimus and Jamatov are sort of picking themselves up, dusting themselves off. Everyone's fine. It's fine. They're alone. They're alone.
There's no one here but us.
There's no one here. Hey, Paptimus trick.
He does Jeremy Irons' voice, "Long live the king."
Yeah.
He activates full vampire mode, and he kills the other vampire man to become the top vampire of the Titans.
It's Highlander rules.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
could be only one.
It's just, hang on, let me just get a quick.
What you say?
Look, here's the
posterity's
thing.
sake.
Under no circumstances do you have to hand it to Paptimus Sirocco, but this is a pretty sick thing.
I know,
he
I'm
just
kind of
did.
handing it to him.
Yeah.
I'm handing it to him right now.
This is, oh man, just mwah. Love this. This is the interfactional politics of men shooting other men that I love to see.
The only thing we will allow men to do.
Fellas, is it gay?
There's this whole scene of Paptimus and Sarah, like, Paptimus and Sarah get in their robots and they have to escape, and Paptimus just, like, takes out big gun, just, like, blows another hole into the Guadon and, like, jumps through it.
Speedrun strats, like, if you can't find your way through the corridors, just shoot a beam rifle through the ship and follow that.
Make
It's fine.
your own shortcuts. Katz is, like, caught in, like, the other hole. He's trying to leave the Paptimus hole, and, like, the G-Defensor's too weirdly shaped, and Camille, like, we get, like, a weirdly fleshed out Dorito mode to human mode transformation from Zeta.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
noticed that.
Like, this
Like,
is
we-
the most super robo of transformations that we have seen in Zeta Gundam.
We don't really talk about it a whole lot. I love how the V fin actually, like, springs out when it transforms.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what he does. He, like, turns into Zeta mode, and I guess, like, either takes Katz through or, like, blows another hole up, but, like, they all escape.
I think
Yeah.
he just grabs Cats and just, like, you know, like trying to hold a pizza box through a narrow door. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, it's like it's like moving a couch through your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just kind of shimmy him out of there. Before we move on, I do want to give a shout out to when cause Sarah comes and finds Paptimus after he's just shot Jamatov, and Paptimus is like, "Oh my god, Sarah, Jamatov's been shot!"
Yeah. No. Yeah, and then he says as much on the radio too as everything pops off. He's like, hey, Haman killed Hyman. It wasn't me. We gotta fight now.
I can't believe they've done this.
He's broadcasting to the Titans like, "I can't believe Haman Khan's done this," and just writes a call out post for Haman Khan and calls the Titans to direct action to, like, destroy the Guadin.
Yeah.
And then just, like, everyone just fires on the Guadin, and, like, the subsequent, like, space battle between everyone is just backgrounded by, like, 1,000,000 lasers, like, flashing at the Guadin. It's just, like,
It's
a
sick.
very intense
Pretty
background.
cool.
Haman, meanwhile, is playing fifth dimensional chess and is like,
Yes,
you know,
yes,
Minerva's made it
yes.
onto the other ship. The other ship hasn't left yet. And so you know what she's going to do? She's going to launch in the Quebly to distract everybody.
I was losing my mind watching this because it's like, wait a minute. I realized at this point when Haman was going out and she flies out, she sees Paptimus. I'm like, we've never actually seen, like, a true new type battle.
A true type battle.
A true type battle.
A true type battle. Hey, Sarah, how would you describe the pose the Quebly has as it's heading into battle?
Well, so yeah, the Quebly is hands on the hips, just kind of flies up past the screen, hands on hips, and just, like, the wide leg stance. It's a pose that it's familiar to me. I've seen it when fucking, like, every Tory has ever been photographed ever. Just, it's doing the Tory power pose.
Do you think this pose is going to be used in a recently announced statue that's going to be on an 11-foot plinth?
God, I forgot about that. Listen, guys, you can buy 12-foot ladders. They only cost around, like, 80, 90 quid. Just out there, buy a 12-foot ladder, tear that thick shit down.
Listen, I'm pretty sure if I drink a 24-pack of Newcastles, I can piss 12 feet.
No, that's a beam weapon. Oh my god.
So the Quebly's here. We get to finally
God.
see the Quebly sorties. Sirocco recognizes it, and he's in the O. They're gonna throw down, and we finally get to see what the Quebly can do. Hey, remember when Lala had 2 funnels, and how crazy that was.
2?
2 of them. Imagine
So
if you
two
had,
funnels.
Yeah, Lala had 2 funnels. Imagine if you had 30 of them.
And they were in your ass.
I told you the ass was very important to Queble's trick.
It's more of like a... Is it a thorax, the thing in the end, Max?
It's technically called the... Well, if we're talking insect, it's the abdomen, but they're like canonically called tail funnels.
Okay, my question was about the thing on the end of the insects.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's abdomen.
No,
Thorax is the middle.
abdomen's the middle part.
No, abdomen's the end.
Oh, okay. I will trust you. You're the bug
I
expert.
trust Max, yeah.
Insect anatomy. Pausing the podcast.
Yes.
Is this real? The head is called the head. The thorax is the middle. The abdomen's the ass.
Okay.
Good to know.
So, you ever keep 30 new type funnels in your abdomen?
This is such a good demonstration of like, hey, funnels are here and you're all gonna die. Because like Haman is fighting both Patmos and Sarah and Rekoa, and she's like doesn't need to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Poptimus comes up. There's like, well, first of all, there's like a very cool shot of like just the Quebbly, very very small. On which actually I will say it is pronounced Cubile in the dub.
Yeah.
It's Kublai.
This is my problem of being a longtime Gundam fan that like has just always read these things in text and very rarely heard them. That like Quebbly is just my default thing, but yes, it is the Cubile.
I mean, like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
but
we
there's
know
just
what
like
it
a
is.
sick shot of like just the Cubile rising up, very small on the screen, just like a fucking I'm like a bird, I'm gonna kill Sriracha. And then like whenever Shirako engages, he's like, oh, Rekoa, Sarah, flank her, and they try and flank her and just get fucking destroyed by the ass funnels.
Yeah, they both get their arms like blown off. God. And then so
then?
okay, funnels are happening. Patmos is like dodging it because like something that's really really cool about the I guess you would call it the Theo is that like it's so huge, but it has like a trillion verniers and like jets and stuff just like jam packed in it. So it is like stupidly maneuverable. So he's able to just like easily, dodge out of the way of all these things.
Yeah. Well, it's also because of his immense new type powers. He's like can kind of sense Haman's intent. So he can kind of tell where the shots are about to come from.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and-
which like in turn Haman can sense that, and she's like, oh, you're sensing my intent? I'm gonna have to go fucking sicko mode and start fucking glowing.
Oh, you're sensing? You're sensing and dodging?
Well, I'm glowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also, like, Sirocco immediately, like, uses his, like, new type senses to, like, figure out where the funnels are and take a few of them out.
He,
Which
like,
is
leads
then,
the shots. It's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's where Haman goes full new type psychic wizard, and we see the Cubile glow, and a spectral version of Haman, like a bird, shoots out of it towards Sirocco.
You ever make your brain so fat and juicy that you turn into a space bird? This is like Annihilation.
Because like Shirako responds and does basically exactly the same thing. Yep. There's just like a huge fucking ghost version of himself comes out of his mobile suit, and they just does a mobile suit fight ever get so intense that actually both combatants are standing perfectly still?
They're just standing there menacingly.
Like, the thing that, like, fucking drives me wild about this is, like, I'm sure if we looked up the stats for both of these suits, they would have, like, a Psychomu system. But as far as I'm aware, it's not, like, the kind of, like, bullshit that, like, in later series, like the Suzabi or the Unicorn Gundam or anything have. Like,
right, yeah.
They probably have a light amount of Psychomu stuff in there so they can use them, so, like, Haman can use the funnels and whatever. This literally feels like they are such powerful new types that they are just firing their brains at each other, and it's the mobile suits aren't even, like, really interacting with each other at this point, which is just fucking crazy.
It's so and Sarah even says as much, because Rekko is like, hey, Sarah, what the fuck is happening? And Sarah's like, they're fighting on a battlefield that we cannot reach.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like, like Camille senses this, Katz can sense this, Sarah, like everyone is just feels it.
Everyone just like, damn. Anyway.
Yeah. Sarah tells Rekkoa that we got to take Haman out while they're locked in psychic combat. And as they're about to do that, Katz comes rushing in to kill Sirocco. And
So yeah, this is when Sarah decides that she's gonna do a little bit of LARP. Because she's heard of this really, really cool character, Lala Sune, and she really wants to kind of like emulate that kind of character. So she gets in between Katz's fire and
I don't
and
care.
yeah, because the
I don't
Defense
care.
are not a great mobile armor, but it does have big gun, and Sarah just takes it, just fucking takes it straight to the face.
Just look, it's happened so many times. I don't care anymore. It's just like, okay, all right, look. 2 points to make. We've seen people, like, take hits. You can stick your leg out, and your leg gets blown up, but you're fine, right? The beam hits the thing, and if it does an explosion like that, I don't think it, like, continues to travel.
We literally see, like, in the next, like, episode or two, Fa does exactly this, where she, like, takes a leg hit to, like, save Camille.
I mean, okay, I guess, I'll give them that. In the heat of the moment, you need to dive in. But, like...
Okay, consider this. Consider this.
Okay, sell it to me.
What you say?
Okay, all right, yo, I'm back in.
The thing that I'll say is that I think without the context of other deaths that we've had so far.
That's fair, okay.
Absolutely, I'm sold on this. Like, Sarah would absolutely dive in and take the shot and die. And the way that the rest of the scene plays out also feels very in character for Sarah. But I will say the repeated Rosamia stuff, the repeated Forrest stuff, like the fact that we have a mountain of dead women at this point who have sacrificed themselves for male characters, it does... numb you to this, and it makes it less effective. Like, that's the problem. It's like, this should be a hugely effective thing, and it's like, okay, cool, Tomina just killed another girl. Like, yeah.
If it were Katz diving in to save Sarah, I would be extremely Shaq Eyes real shit. But
the thing is,
alas.
okay, that's what I thought was going to happen in this episode. Like, I thought from last week's preview, when the narrator was like, oh, Sarah and Katz have a confrontation to a tragic end, and I was like, oh shit, Katz gonna die.
Well, that's your problem for watching the dub, because in the sub, they just say Sarah dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always Sunny title.
I was honestly, like, I was like, fuck, this is so awful. If Katz dies, like, think of everything that means for, like, Hayato, and the fact that, like, Amuro and everyone encouraged him to go into space, only for him to fucking die in this pointless war. Oh my god, this is so awful. So, but it was like, that meant way more than just another girl dying.
Yeah.
Like,
and, like,
that was something different, and just here we are, back at it again, just...
And, like, the thing that's even more frustrating about it is, like, I like Katz. Like, I like Katz in this story, but... if we look at where we are in the series, we only have 4 episodes after this.
4?
Yes. We have 2 more that we're covering today, and then 2 after that.
Oh, no, I was just saying 4 from Gundam.
Oh, 4 from Gundam. I don't think there's anything Katz adds to this conversation in the next 2 episodes, whereas if Katz would have died and Sarah would have survived, I really, really would have loved to see the conversation that, like, Camille and Sarah could have about the sacrifices they're willing to make to, like, end this war. That's a thing I would really love to see, and I think a thing that would really, like, line up with the themes of the show better. And instead we kill a girl, and because she's in love with 2 men, and
Beans, you hate it.
And it's
Listen,
like, yeah,
if you're in love with 2 men, the only way that can end is that you die when one of the men tries to kill the other. That's how love triangles work.
Yeah, and we do...
Shakespeare invented that.
Sarah does have life after death, though. We see that her ghostly form...
Yeah, she's the stand now. It's fine.
she's a Lala Soon space ghost, and she protects Katz from Sirocco and gives Katz a chance to, like, hold off long enough for Camille to come in and save him.
Yeah.
Which I guess is cool.
Yeah,
maybe.
But, like,
thanks,
again,
Sarah.
it's happening again, because that's what happened with Moar, that's what happened with, like, Lala, that's what happened with, I feel like there's been another time, but that's just because,
It's just exhausting. So many arcs are too similar.
Like, could you imagine how much more depth the series would have had if Katz Katz ate it, died, and then Katz's ghost is the one that protects Sarah to help Sarah defect.
That'd be
like,
so good.
Yeah.
just a little, add a
Guess
little
we're sticking
nutmeg
with this
into this
instead.
stew. Like,
Yeah, like it would hurt me, but it would hurt good.
It would hurt me in a novel way.
interestingly.
Yeah.
Instead
Yeah.
of just hurting because this is what anime in the 80s is like. Before we move on from this scene, I do actually want to talk about Shiroko in it, because he is like actually really, really upset at Sarah's death.
Oh, yeah.
And this is possibly the most emotion we've seen from him. Like, he is enraged.
Yeah. And like the
I-
only reason that he can't kill cats is because Rekoa gets in his line of fire.
Yeah, like it's weird, right? It's almost uncomfortable that he's getting so worked up over Sarah, because I feel like he views her more as this object than as like an actual woman.
Yeah.
So like the fact that he gets all worked up, it's like, okay, you don't get to get worked up over her dying when you've been just, like treating her awfully this entire time and like keeping her wrapped around your finger.
Well, that's the fucked up thing is he says like the thing he says at Cats is like, you're the one that made Sarah so delusional or deluded.
Yeah.
Which is like, he isn't mad that Sarah's dead. He's mad that another man had an effect on her.
Right.
God, Jesus.
Ugh. But yeah, like you said, Rekoa does get in front of him, and this is a weird sort of exchange, because like, you know, Patrick's about to kill Cats. Rekoa dives in front, and Camille is here at this point, and he's like, you know, fuck you, Rekoa, like, don't act so selfishly trying to save Cats. And Rekoa's like, no, I was just trying to. So what I think the read here is that Rekoa is like, oh, I'm gonna kill Cats because Sarah died when Cats tried to do it, but like she did it getting in the way of Papnus, so it's like genuinely hard to tell if she was actually blocking Papnus or if she was like, I'm gonna kill Cats, and didn't think about it and then got in Papnus's way. It's a weird sort of scene.
This is what proves for me that Rekoa is like, in all definitions, an old type and has no new type abilities, because I feel like she is like trying to kill Cats to prove to Sirocco that she will kill Cats in revenge for Sarah as a favor to Sirocco, and is so dead to this whole psychic thing that's going on that she doesn't even realize she's being manipulated to be in the way to stop Sirocco.
So my read again was kind of like, again, a bit kinder to Rekoa, because the way Camille, because like she gets in between Papnos and Cats, Camille comes in and he's like really angry of like, oh, why did you save Cats, Rekoa? And Rekoa's like, I didn't though. So like, kind of my interpretation of that was that like there is still on a subconscious level part of Rekoa which like functions as like a human being rather than a kind of drone of Paptomus, and that like there is still part of her in there that's like wants to save Cats, and that's just really, really frustrating for Camille.
Yeah, it's
Again, could just be a something, or it's just the fact that that's what I really want to be happening.
It also lines up with the fact that, like, Rekoa has stepped into this role where she does not want to be this big mover and shaker. And sometimes that means she's in the opportune moment to just act, and sometimes it means she's in the way. And for, like, Camille to be like, oh, you would try to do this big brain moment of saving Cats kind of thing. And she's like, nah, dude, I'm just in a battle right now. It's chaotic. I did not realize that I got in the way of the shot. I was trying to kill him. Like, you know, it is a confusing thing, and I think it does kind of support that, like, Rek was a normal person in this situation and completely out of her depth and just, like, you know, doing her fucking thing and trying. But, like, there's just, there's literal wizards out here now.
yeah.
Yeah.
The stakes are a bit raised.
She's simply a fighter.
Yeah.
She's simply a woman.
Yeah, a woman and a fighter.
Ugh. Stupid show.
But yeah, Emma's here. Shar appears.
Yeah.
Shar shows up, and that's what kind of convinces Sirocco to, like, retreat. They're too outnumbered.
Oh, I don't know, like, it's worth checking out the sub for the one line that Papto says, because he says the words Hyakushiki in, like, the weirdest fucking way, and it's really funny.
He's like, that damn Shar is still alive. It's funny.
But yeah, and at this point, my note is like, this is like playing Uno. Like, it's just like another mobile suit. Oh, another mobile suit appears. Oh, another mobile suit appears.
Why do you think this podcast is called Wow Cool Robot?
That's fair. Yeah.
Whenever you get mad about the gender, just look at the robot. Look at Patrick Star.
But yeah, Haman also decides to pull back her forces after she gets word that Minerva's ship is leaving. And Emma tries to have a little talk with Katz, and Katz tells her, Miss Emma, I was in a dream where I was playing with Sarah, and he just begins to openly weep.
Totally
and cry.
breaks down.
This
Oh god,
poor
He
you
says,
can't see
Miss
it.
Emma, here's how I think it's going to go down.
Miss Emma, here's how it went down. Guadon blows up. Axis is still floating around, and the Guanbon flies off. That's episode, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah.
What you say?
One last time. I'm saluting you.
That you only meant well.
Okay.
Thank you, very good.
Oh, man.
Next up, we have episode 47, A Descent into the Maelstrom. So, Ayug is launching Operation Maelstrom, in which they plan to use their fleet to surround and capture Grips 2 from Axis. Camille launches as a diversion to attract Haman away from the fight. They eventually meet on the field of battle and take a dip in the soup together as they see their own memories and their vibes combine into one so they gain an understanding for each other. This leads to them both being convinced the only way to end the war is for the other to die. Eventually, Ayug drives off Axis and captures Grips 2, and they head to the Axis asteroid itself in order to change its course from Granada. That's it. Big soup energy this time.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of, I think that we've, like, moved on from soup. I think we're, like, spaghetti now. You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're like this isn't soup. This is sauce because we gotta get something to to lube up this spaghetti.
I think there is some things we're gonna hear in this episode that suggest that it might be ramen.
Okay. Okay. So is this like, you know, a nice cured egg in there?
We'll get to it. We'll get to it very soon.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, this one starts out. The orphans and Haro are worried for Camille. They sort of like sheepishly come up to him. They're like want him to return safely from battle. It's like still very striking to see the orphans like actually worried for someone, not in a playful way, but like, oh no, we're the kids starting to come to reckoning with mortality. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, it's like definitely like the people that are closest to on the ship are Camille and Fa, like flat out.
Right.
Like, Camille is like like one of the closest things they have to family on the ship.
But it's just like, it feels to me like the kids just kind of fucking inherently new type-esque sort of know that Camille is going to die.
It's weird, isn't it?
Like, they're just like, please, Mr. Camille, please come back from when you go out. And just, they just have a vibe.
It's like, man, I
And
mean,
it's making me do Mr. Krabs meme.
Like, they can tell Camille is the protagonist of the show. He does have the Gundam. And then also,
Yeah, that's why they
like,
don't talk to cats.
Yeah. Like, you look at the way that Camille has talked over the past, like, 6 or so episodes. Like, yeah, like, anybody should be expecting the fact that Camille is ready to sacrifice his life at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
And it really feels like Fa and the kids are the only people that actually care about that. They're the only people that, like, really honestly want Camille to return home from this war. And even if it means that they lose it.
Right, yeah,
Yeah, because I
think
guess,
war is
like,
bad.
Camille, to, like, everyone else, is still, at some level, simply an asset. Whereas, like, to them, he's a guy they can play cards with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, is Camille an asset? There's oh god, into this one's gonna be rough.
Woohoo! Speaking of assets, Camille
Go
cool
New gun.
what does he get? What does
It's
what
like
is
a
this?
rope launcher sort of thing for his
Yeah,
gun.
they replaced the grenade launcher on his right arm with 2 like rope launcher yo-yo bits.
So I thought this was going to be. I thought he was getting the new type thingies, the like the Kublai's ass funnels.
Oh, you thought he was
Like-
getting funnels? Nah, I think funnels you have to like design the mobile suit with funnels in mind for you to be able to get funnels like that. It has to be like from day
question, funnels is what you call the thing that you can shoot out into space and control with your brain.
Yes.
Yep, that's a funnel.
Okay,
They
thank
are
you.
invariably called either funnels or bits, depending on the specific translation the localizer wants to go with.
Bits.
But funnel sounds so much cooler.
Yeah.
Funnel. Oh, it's good. My only gripe is that Haman didn't just straight up yell funnel when she did it, like they do in later series.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, Camille get new gun. We also see Katz is like raring to go. He wants to avenge Sarah's death. Can't imagine why.
He's so mad that, like, Camille's the one who gets to launch first and not him.
Yeah, he does the
He
thing
just-
again.
He decides to do it, and like it's really funny because like, again, the footage is mirrored, so he's going out the right side of the Argama, and we see the sort of, like, drag strip countdown light blinking red saying, "Do not go," and he says, "I'm going to go." It's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Fogg gets in the Methus and takes off after him just to stop, like, feel like, don't be dumb, don't do this, please stop.
Yeah, and Bright's like, God, what? You can all act as diversions for all I care. Go away. Why not?
Fuck Bright in this whole episode, honestly.
He does one thing where he explains the operation to the kids, and that's the only good thing he does.
I think I just kind of don't like Bright now.
I don't think Bright's a good character.
I think
he's
Zeta
a good character.
Bright just
He
sucks.
sucks.
Y'all are gonna love Double Zeta.
Oh, good.
Hell
I love
yeah.
that Bright is just always around. They can't get rid of this dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, Bright okays it because he thinks it's gonna be, like, 3 mobile suits is an appropriate number of mobile suits for this diversion attack to distract people from Operation Maelstrom.
Mm-hmm.
Because the vibe I get from this whole episode is just like, the kids go out and do kid things while the adults are doing adult things. Those things being, I don't know, fucking war crimes. And meanwhile, just the whole episode, the kids are out in space, like, bickering with each other and, like, being childish while this all is going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's bickering. It's like a pretty deep talk that they all have here, right? Because Camille and Kat's, like, sort of stop in the middle of space, right? And Camille is warning Katz that his emotions are going to lead to his death. Because, he's seen it happen. And, like, Katz has this raw line, "We can fight because we hate."
Yeah.
Damn, kid.
But,
You're
like,
15.
Camille's also straight up like, "I will shoot you if you do not listen to me."
Fucking,
Look,
yeah.
you see this, Katz? This is big gun. You're going to get hit.
It's a lot. And just, like, Camille's vibes are getting more and more rancid with, like, every
he's
passing minute.
curdling. He's
He is
rotten.
Fucking, like, he's reached yogurt, soon he's gonna be cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good because Fa steps in and breaks up the fight and says, "Can you restrain yourself in the same way you're restraining cats?" Which,
And he says
thank
no
God.
and flies off.
Yeah.
And then we start Operation Maelstrom. Everyone's launching.
Yeah.
Um,
Ayuk is approaching Grips too.
Yeah, it's just like, I like
Derps.
having these scenes beside each other because it's just like the kids all bickering, yelling, and then the adults are like, "We are going on a mission. We are doing business. We are doing these things.
we are doing
Blah, blah,
the business
blah.
of
We are
war.
serious. Ugh.
I am
Yeah.
an adult.
I am adult."
Haman is like, or we see Haman on the bridge of the Guanban, and she's like, despite how many more numbers Axis has, like, Ayuk is able to slip past their defenses, and then she starts to feel some goose pimples, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah,
who
she
could it
starts to
be?
smell that cheese.
Yeah, because it turns
She smells
out
that stinky Limburger.
Zeta's just hiding behind a rock real close by.
And it's like every time we cut into Camille's cockpit, like he's just kind of like gripping the handles of this thingy.
Haman's on the bridge, and she like leans over to her like chair, and she's like, "You fucking see those cartoon stink lines coming off that big rock? What's the deal with that?"
Yeah.
big
Meanwhile,
stinky rock.
Char moves in with the Rick DS team to like take out a microwave dish on the on
Oh,
Grips
what kind
2.
of dish? What's he microwaving?
Some
It's
lasagna.
a yes. Oh, Colin, I was gonna say Stouffer's lasagna meal. New type.
Yeah.
Wow. Important to note, since Appley is now in hell, Body is the one who is running the Rick DS team now.
Yeah.
Wait, I mean, I know he's been introduced before, but it's funny that 3 episodes to go. Here's a new guy who's gonna be joining this team.
Just this man with bangs is hanging out here now.
That's
sure
all
it'll
the
be
time we
fine.
really have to explain to him because more important things happen.
Now we get to the most important scene in this episode. Shinta and Coom run into the bridge and they sit in Bright's
Yes.
lap. And they ask
This is
him,
the only good thing.
yeah,
They're here for
ask him,
class.
They ask him what a maelstrom is. And Bright tells him it's like a whirlpool and explains all this thing. Unless you're listening to the sub, and then you hear in Japanese that he tells them that it's like an uzumaki. This is Operation
Yes,
Naruto.
yes.
We're about to get into the ramen.
It's Operation Spiral. Junji Ito's here. Let's go. This is Operation Uzumaki. We're going to shadow clone all of our ships, and some of them are going to turn into sexy naked women.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a big new type space fox.
Yeah.
Kakashi
We're
from
gonna-
accounting
we're gonna-
class is here.
Run around the laser where there are mobile suit arms behind us.
Yeah. Ayug is looking at Grips 2 and is saying, this war crime was made for me.
Yeah, because the thing they're doing is they're gonna get the laser, right? That's what
Yeah.
they're doing.
They're trying to take
It's
the
just tug
laser
of
from
war.
Haman, yeah.
And they're not gonna do any war crimes with it, right?
That's what we can hope.
And then the kids are like, okay, thank you, Mr. Bright. That was a satisfactory explanation. And they're like, let's tell Dr. Hassan about it. And he's like, stay in there. Bright's like, stay in his office, please. He's like, I'm not running a nursery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's cute and also just like, Bright, why are you telling like military operations to 5-year-olds?
Yeah, because he
don't
like
need to
explains to
know.
it so nice, and then you kind of remember that. Oh yeah, Bright has children that he hasn't seen in fucking 7 years
Oh my god.
or whatever.
Remember Hathaway?
Who?
Um,
She's half the world away.
Yeah. Oh, what a flash of information that just brought to me. Anyways, so Haman gets reports that Ayug has completely surrounded Grips and now feels forced that she needs to launch.
Yeah, just
But
like she wants to go check out the cheese lines. She's
Yeah.
like,
She gets stopped in the hallway though because Minerva is also smelling the cheese.
Haman, I flew up.
oh man, I opened the fridge and there was just a box of Roquefort, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And I flew up. I didn't like it.
I smelled a very stinky cheese, and it wasn't like the Swiss cheese or the Kraft American singles that I like to eat. It made me feel really bad, and I would like you to stay here and eat nice cheese with me. I don't want you to go out and get stinky adult cheese.
I flew up. Can I sleep in your bed tonight?
And then Haman is like, no, Minerva, I must go and find the Gorgonzola. Okay, but no, like, they do have, like, Minerva does say some stuff about, like, Shar, about how, it would be really nice if, like, Shara came and helped us. And, like, she's saying it in a kind of, like, politicking-y way that she says stuff, but it does just feel like she just wants to hang out with her friend Shar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like Haman does assure her, oh yeah, Shar will come and protect both of us, and just completely hiding the fact that Shar is the one attacking them right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like kind of a weird thing to say now, Haman, but okay. And she noticed it was like Minerva has the same goosebumps as she does.
Yeah.
Probably probably important.
Confirm new type, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think they've been, like, trying to hide the fact that there's a big space battle happening, but Minerva fucking could smell the cheese. Like,
Yeah. And like Haman's able to calm her down to a point, and she's like, everything's gonna be fine. And then it's like she makes like this like really she's like making that face as she like power walks past like, oh geez, I'm in it now.
And then she walks into the Quebbly, and it's filled with blue cheese. It's just blue cheese top to bottom.
she's been hoarding it. That's what the wing casings are full of.
It's full of cheese. Oh god. Here we go. All right.
Here we go.
It's time. So
Yeah,
she launches.
Yeah. Kotz immediately shows up and starts shooting at her.
He fucking
like,
immediately
right away.
gets beefed.
Yep.
Yeah, he like eats into some Gazas or something, and has to have Fa rescue him.
Yeah. It's just
Here
the
we go,
most-
baby.
the most rancid of camemberts, because Camille is just like, Haman! Like, shouts across, like, the whole entirety of space. He is so fucking mad. Oh,
He is
it's
so
good.
mad. She's
Yeah.
like, is this Shar? No. And it's like Camille's nasty vibes now, and they're like finally having their face off, and like he's just like, you know, telling her how much she sucks and how much he hates her.
He's
and
just yelling raw lines.
He's just yelling.
He
And
says,
she's like,
says-
shut your mouth, vulgar boy. You're finished, punk.
yeah, he does literally say, Haman Karn, you're the source that causes us to fight. We have to kill you. Like,
Yeah. And like, she uses her like fucking ass funnel spiral, and some more stuff, and then he's like, Haman, can you bring us nothing but misery? To which she responds, silence, hypocrite!
hypocrite that you are.
Be gone, thought.
Then perish. She's so cool.
I love Haman cards so much.
Yeah.
I'm just,
And
you know,
Wow.
And the thing is like they do swords and shooty bits and all that kind of stuff, and
cool.
but they, immediately they start to, their suits have a psychic resonance between them, and everybody across the battlefield immediately feels it.
It just like just rocketing out of stink lines everywhere.
Like they pretty much are stink lines.
Yeah.
They're
stink
pretty
waves.
much, yeah. They're stink waves. They're that powerful, that dense. And it, oh my gosh, like we said, this is no longer soup. This is just like cheese land. We're on the moon, essentially, but like, the cheese moon.
We're now within an entirely unique, like, galaxy. Like, we're seeing a crazy pink, blue, purple space land with stars. It's just Camille and Haman floating here. They could barely
Galaxy!
Woohoo! Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
Camille
they're
can barely
vibing in the
contain
cognitive
himself.
realm. Listen,
Oh god.
Yeah. He starts seeing Four and Rosamia flash before his eyes, and then Emma and Fa and Rekawa and his mom and Char and Sirocco. He's having a time.
want to shout out the music in this scene because it's so effective. Like, it's barely even music. It's just like plunks and plinks and like little bits and fanfares and just very, very sparse. And it's just so unnerving as they're floating. And
Yeah.
because what's really different about this is that they are both really, really aware that they are out of their bodies, out of their mobile suits, and just they're in the girl zone or the boy zone. Which Haman's in the boy zone, Camille's in the girl zone.
Yeah.
I'm
They're in
sure
the
it doesn't
gender
mean
galaxy.
anything.
Yeah.
Camille sees like a memory of him as a kid and his mother, and Haman sees a memory of her and Char, I guess, in like happier times.
Well,
that one's
Yeah.
a little less clear.
I think the thing that you're supposed to take from this is that, like, they're both seeing both of these memories, but, like, Haman is experiencing Camille's, like, memories of his mom, while Camille is experiencing Haman's memories of Char together.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's weird, and
So, well,
ugh,
And then they start to make noodles.
it's spaghettification.
what I want to know about this scene is that picture of Haman and Char together. I want to know when their album is dropping.
It looks like a wedding announcement or something.
It looks
They're
like they're
just
gonna put
so-
out, like, a really good boat rock album.
Like, Haman's wearing a nice dress. Char has like a casual green olive jacket. Then they're just like leaning against a fence.
Well, and,
It's like a
and like
pregnancy
she's
announcement.
standing on top of a rock so she can be taller, so she can do the whole
Yeah.
lean, stick her butt out kind of thing. It's such a cute photo.
Yeah. And then before we get to the spaghetti, the other thing that I realized is because until Camille's mum showed up in this scene, I'd completely forgotten that, like, she was technically the first girl to die for him.
Yeah.
The reason why literally all of this has happened is that the fail boy killed his mom.
Yep.
I miss Jared.
Remember the first time Camille got mad in space and started yelling because a girl died in front of him
It
/for him?
feels so long ago.
Truly,
Oh, now we're getting our own memories.
truly 46 episodes ago.
And like, yeah, okay. The only way we can describe this as their vibes coalesce and literally like spaghettify and like not into each other.
Yeah, like we've been seeing these kind of like, we saw it in the Haman and Sirocco fight where you get these kind of like colored like almost like kind of like when you drop something in water and the ripples, you see like these rippling lines come out from them, and they like lace up into kind of just like strands and then combine together and like knot up together, and it's just wild.
Like, it is like a spaghetti twisting around a fork kind of vibes.
Pizza
And it's
pasta,
just, like-
mamma mia.
They're reaching out towards each other. Are they going to combine? Will we make a nice bolognese?
We do get this feeling from Camille that he is like starting to like feel like he can truly connect with and understand Haman if they can only come together. But Haman completely rejects it. And I think this is the nail in the coffin for like what the difference between a new type and an old type is. Like, it's the fact that even though Haman has this immense psychic power that she's achieved because of being in space and having her consciousness expand, she still cannot like contemplate a world where she sits down and talks with Camille to solve this problem. Only one where they kill each other.
Yeah, she doesn't want to accept like the empathy aspect of it.
Yeah.
All she wants to do is shoot laser blasters out of her ass.
Yeah.
And that's valid.
All I want to do is...
You gotta do it 30 times.
Ugh. But yeah, like, so they kind of reject each other. tear apart and just kind of get thrown back into the physical realm.
Yeah.
At which point, I pog for 5 minutes because
Oh my god.
Haman...
It's just
well, it's
Haman
not so
yelling.
much that Haman goes sicko mode, but the people who are animating Haman go sicko mode.
Yeah.
It is like this beautiful mid-80s Sakuga shot of just like, it's a pure red background and like this insane like heavy line sketch of Haman just like screaming at Camille.
Yeah.
It just...
No,
I could look at this for days.
we do have to give it to Kotz,
Honestly.
because like a good range support, he does cut Haman and breaks her combo on Camille so that he can escape and doesn't die. Just, you know, he is doing his job. I understand he's in a 1,500 point suit, but, you know.
I mean, to be honest, I was like kind of disappointed that like Katz cut in and saved Camille because like as Haman was about to kill him, she just looked so cool.
She did.
I was like, oh hell yeah! I was kind of ready for it. She just looked that cool, and then Katz saved Camille, and I was like, oh yeah, shit, Camille's about to die.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're in the battle or whatever.
Yeah, took me out of it there.
Camille takes that opportunity to run off and blows up a bunch of grazes as he comes to wingman for Emma in a different part of the battlefield. And Char tells everybody they start to clean up, and Char tells, you know, the main core people to head back to the Argama and let the Nemos mop up at Crypt 2. While Haman...
we missed some things.
Oh, wait, shit, sorry.
Yeah, that's like the last thing that happens in the battle.
Yeah.
Like Katz gets blasted, Fa loses the Methus's leg. Like we said, you can just get your leg blown up and everything's fine.
Oh, wait, yeah, sorry, I skipped like 8 lines of my notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what I wanted to talk about here, oh wait, no, actually, we skipped a lot.
Yeah, we did. I'm sorry, that's my fault.
Okay, going back to where we were. Yeah, so it's like, you know, both like Kat saves Camille, Fa saves Kat's, like both Fa and Kat's like kind of get taken out by Haman Khan, which kind of then leaves Camille to go fucking sicko mode.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And like again starts yelling raw shit.
He says that Haman doesn't deserve to live, which
Yeah.
He says, "Return to your world of darkness, Haman Khan."
I think maybe we shouldn't have let the 17-year-old become a killing machine. Just a thought.
Yeah.
She says, Haman Khan,
yeah.
go and play Vampire the Masquerade with Scirocco. That's World of Darkness, right? Is that what the game's called?
Camille is only playing Interstitial and Spindle Wheel now.
Yeah, because like he just wants to like combine everything, so he's playing Interstitial.
Yeah, he wants to have that open dialogue so that everyone can be happy instead of constantly jockeying to figure out who's in charge.
Right.
He's just trying to form links with people.
Yeah. But he does begin to irradiate psychic energy while he turns his beam bayonet on to kill Haman Khan with it.
Oh my
He like
god.
yeets the gun at her and then
It's so
fires the
cool.
wrist rope launchers at her and like catches her and like she's able to escape, but like she gets a whole ass like shoulder binder cut off. Like he's like, okay, that does it. I gotta kill this girl.
Yeah. But what could possibly stop him except for a mysterious voice that may or may not be for saying people can understand each other, right? And he can't do it.
He can't do it. So sad.
Okay. Because I was like, did Haman just say maybe people can understand each other? Well, first of all, I was very confused, but then I was like, oh, did he just form a connection with Haman by kind of going up to her level in going sicko mode and trying to destroy stuff? Like, did he just connect with Haman by becoming more like her by going sicko mode? I kind of went on one because I didn't realize I was...
As it turns out, no, it was just 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then like you said, Colin, Char has everyone leave. Nemos are fine to kick ass and mop everything up. The Axis fleet has also retreated, and then like now Haman gets to brood because she is sitting in a pitch black room all by herself.
Yeah.
But before I talk about that, sorry to go back again, is that like because Katz and Emma are like injured or their mobile suits don't work, they have to like stay or go back to the Argama, and like Camille, who is kind of now a war crimes adult, gets to go and join their squadron and like be one of them. Which I just wanted to just had some thoughts about that there.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we cut to Haman, who is sitting in a darkened room. Except actually we don't cut to Haman, we cut to people talking to Haman, and we don't see her for a while.
Maneva
Maneva does send her a bowl of fruit.
Yeah, very nice. She sends her an edible arrangement.
Yeah.
The fruits basket.
It's Fruits Basket from Gundam. And like when we do see her, she's basically talking about this. She's convinced that she also has to kill Camille Bidon. Camille Biden's our real target here.
Like she is acknowledged that Camille is truly the power of Ayuk, that anything else is a distraction. Char doesn't fucking matter now. Grips doesn't matter. She's acknowledging that, like, of the people on the playing field, it's her, it's Sirocco, it's Camille. Nobody else is worth like worrying about.
Jared is right.
It's kind of like Camille has sort of become Char in this moment.
This is justified Jared the whole time.
Yeah, that's really the takeaway we need to take away from the scene, is that Jared was right.
Yeah. And then we get word A's captured Grips 2, and now they got to chase after Axis because that thing is going to smash right into Granada.
Yeah. We do get the bad line of Bright ordering Fa and Cats the Bridge for corrections, but thankfully we don't see it happen. Instead, we cut to Camille in the mess hall where Char gives him a soda.
He gives him a McDaniel Sprite.
Sprite.
Yeah,
Sprite.
and we get maybe the most depressing exchange in this entire show so far. Camille says...
so far.
Yeah,
so far. It's doing a lot of legwork.
Yeah. Camille says, I had the chance, but I couldn't kill Haman. Don't worry about it. I might have to do it myself, is what Char responds with. But Camille says, my fragile feelings lost her intense will. That's all.
Yeah.
And then that's dangerous, Camille. You're following in the footsteps of Amuro Ray, which is just like, who?
So like, and the W says you're going down the same path as Amuro Ray. Like, Amuro was fucking depressed for 7 years before he could, I don't know, I can't remember what he says. But I struggle to maybe I just don't think about Amuro Ray ever on a day-to-day basis, but like, how is this relevant, Char?
So I think this ties more into the end of the next episode for me. But it's the difference between Char and Amuro is that when Lala died, Amuro was a fucking wreck and pulled away from society. That's why he didn't do anything for 7 years until a bunch of people insulted him and spit on him until he joined Karaba.
Right.
Whereas Char, like, went through the same trauma and instead buried it deep down, never thought about it again, and continued to be a soldier and fight for the AU.
But how does this relate to the end of the next episode?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
But I think
an important sub note is that he specifically says Amuro went through 7 years of agony.
Yeah.
Like, Camille, you're gonna get hurt doing this.
Yeah, I think the thing that, like, Char is trying to prep Camille for is that, you can't like bring your emotion into this. You have to be just kind of like numb and cold and do what you need to do. And that's how that's how you can live with it. And you can be a perfect soldier like I am. I have more to say about this at the end of the next episode.
Yeah.
What? I don't see how that's... okay, the really important thing that we gotta talk about at the end of this episode is the kids come in, they drag Camille off to play cards. Camille sees one final moment of happiness, the last one he ever feels about the prospect of playing cards with the kids, and then Haru comes in.
Oh, God. I don't know if there's a Haro soundboard for what he says.
I don't have these recorded, but Haro does say cards, Char, cards.
It's so good. I love Haro calling him Char.
Cards.
Stan Haro.
Cards, Stan Haro.
Stan Haro. This is like legitimately like they draw such the perfect like smile on Camille's face for the situation. It is just perfect to look at. It completely encapsulates like how I think that Camille feels right now, and I'm glad he does get this happy moment right now. At least.
The last one he'll ever get.
The people who do the drawings for this show, they're pretty good at just having a drawing that makes you know exactly how a person is feeling. She says, looking at the cap from the end of the next episode that's in our chat right now.
It's fine. It's fine. Hey, what's the last episode, Colin?
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
I mean, no, but let's do it anyway.
The Mirror of Rosamia. So, the Argama is trying to figure out how to stop Axis from colliding with Granada City. Camille is kind of just really fucked up over war right now. Also, the Psycho Gundam Mark II is here, and Rosamia is the pilot. Bass sends her to Axis to destroy Zeta and the Argama, while the Argama tries to use Axis's communication facilities to contact Grips 2 to shoot Axis and take care of the problem. Camille keeps sensing her, but is confused because he continually senses 4 as well. Requa leads a surprise attack against Basque after Rosamia reaches Axis, where she and Camille begin to fight. They take the fight on foot to the inside of Axis, where Fa tries to stop Rosamia by deprogramming her with a yo-yo. As they take the fight back into space, Camille finally works up the resolve and destroys Psycho Mark II and kills Rosamia, while Requa kills Basque and retreats. Grips 2 finally fires, saving the Moom and diverting Axis. Yeah, this is a wild-ass episode.
It just keeps happening again.
It's happening again.
As much as I love to see Psycho Gundam Mark II, I personally think it looks cooler than Part 1, only because it has an Eva face. This episode did not need to happen at all.
What if it was purple?
What if it was
you got me there,
purple?
Here's the thing. The Argama has landed in Axis, and they are, nobody's there. And they're just figuring out how the fuck they're going to get it away from the moon. It's too close to the moon for them to use a nuclear explosion to move it. And the Minovsky particles are too dense for the Argama or the Radish to contact Grips 2 to shoot it with a colony laser, which is just a rough time.
Yeah, we do hear them sort of like say, like, we could try using the communications array within the Axis to communicate with Grips 2. It's like, oh, that's a nice way to set that up.
Yeah, and basically Torres is going to work on this for the next 23 minutes of animation, and
Yeah, I really wondered, like, because I'm not really paying attention to this part. I'm just sort of kind of recovering from last episode and also thinking about the things that might possibly happen in the rest of the episode when I was taking notes on this.
Who can say?
So I was at the end, the laser happened. I was like, "Where the fuck did the laser come from? What's going on?" Like, I didn't actually realize they were parked inside Axis.
Yeah,
I was too busy thinking about the mental health of my children.
Speaking of mental health of your children, Camille is still beating himself up for not killing Haman when he had the chance.
Yeah.
He's like he's like meandering around the ship, not looking where he's going.
Yeah.
He ends up bumping into Fa in the hallway, and they have this embrace, and right away, God, Fa's like, oh, after the war, Camille, where things return to normal, and Camille's like, no.
Well, I think this is actually really good. I think this is a good change in Camille. Sarah, go for it.
Well, because she starts fucking talking about school. She's like, "Oh yeah, remember? I can't wait to if after this is all over, we're gonna be back at school. We're gonna be in gym class. Isn't that gonna be so weird?" And the overwhelming vibe I get from Camille is that this boy has no intention of going back to school. What? Camille's not gonna fucking do that.
The thing that's really important for me here is at least in the sub, Fa ends it with and we'll go back to fighting over nothing again. And when Camille responds to that with things won't go back the way they were because now I have a better understanding of my duty, and he is just intently and emotionally staring into Fa's eyes. I think this is Camille telling Fa that he understands what the person that he needs to be in a relationship with her, and he doesn't want things to go back to the way they were before because he wants to actually have a good, respectful relationship with her. That's my read on this. It's Camille telling.
I thought whenever he was well, now I have a purpose in life. I thought his purpose in life was to fucking die in the blood space war and not have to go back to school. But
I think it's equal parts that, but I also feel this is the closest Camille is going to get to telling Fa that he is going to treat her better from now on. He understands their relationship, and he understands that he has more to live up to than he has before, and he doesn't want things to go back to quote unquote normal. He wants them to be better.
Listen, at this point, my personal odds of Camille surviving Zeta Gundam are pretty. I'll send you $20, Colin. And that's an unfair bet because you know how this anime ends, and I don't.
You are welcome to say that you will send me $20 if Camille survives. I will take that bet.
I feel like I've been cheated.
It's just
okay, but will you send me $20 if he doesn't?
No, but I'll make you more Hongguan juice.
Thanks.
Okay.
There you go. It's all about the juice.
Yeah.
It's all about the juice at the end of the day. It's soup time.
Sisters. It's Psycho Mark II.
It's Psycho Mark II is here.
I like it.
I think that the reason that I love the Psycho Mark II so much is simply because the sickest ever guitar riff plays when it's introduced.
Yeah! It's good! It's like, oh, you know it's evil because it's like scary guitar chords.
It's just this slow pan up. It's like thick purple thighs. Just the best. I'm like, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, cool robot.
We do get the most cursed several reveals in a row. Rosamia is the pilot of Psycho Gundam Mark II. Bask is in command of it. Yazan is still alive in a supporting role for this. And they have reprogrammed Rosamia to think that Gates is her brother.
Yikes.
Yeah, I guess just, she's got to have a brother. They could just reassign her brothers. It's fine. Normal.
It's like when you program and there's like something has some sort of like wild dependency. It's like you don't know, like you look at video games, like, oh yeah, we can't delete this one chair in the room. We don't know why, but if we delete it, everything goes to shit. Rosamia has to think she has a brother for her to work.
Yeah, she doesn't have a brother. She starts clipping through walls.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
Well, if she didn't have a brother, who would tell her the particulars of her mission to go to Axis, find Zeta, and destroy Zeta in the Argama?
Yeah, do what Jared has to do. Where is Jared? Where the hell is that boy?
Jared's on the Alexandria, and
he's being right.
He's conveniently away from all of the Titans people who are dying currently, so he can be the one alive next episode.
Thank
Oh,
God.
fuck, so he is.
I miss my son. So yeah, Rosamia is like heading off to try to go to Axis, find and destroy Zeta. We see Fa and Torres and some more AU people have infiltrated Axis itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going shopping.
Yeah.
They're going shopping. They're in the residential district. The signs are all nonsense, maybe Cyrillic, impossible to say.
Yeah, there's they walk through at some I guess not immediately, but at some point they walk through an airlock that has Danger or Dang on one side and then fake Cyrillic on the other side.
Dunge.
Dunge.
It's just the Axis sort of local dialect.
Oh, Dunge, get out of my Axis.
Get out.
God.
And they're exploring around. They're, Torres is going to find the council facility. And like we cut over to Camille is like seatbelt buckled in bed trying to rest because I that's a cute touch because again gravity or the lack thereof.
New types have layers.
Oh fuck! Oh shit!
Some of you may die in the Grips conflict, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
God.
Yeah, he's just belted in, and he's like, "I'm done with this. I am fed up with being in this bed."
Here's a certain voice.
I don't know if either of y'all have been on boat.
I've been on enough boats to know that I would rather die than go on boat.
Okay,
again.
have you slept on a boat?
I've never slept on a boat, but I have been on boats for like upwards of 8 hours.
Yeah, so like I think I have seen when you go on boat and there's bed, there is sometimes like a little seatbelt you can just like in case there's boat rock. So
that's why on old boats they would sleep in those like sort of like really curvy wide hammocks that like basically wrap themselves around you so that no matter how the boat rocks, you'll always be sort of like what's the word? Gyroscope downwards, so you won't fall out.
You'll always be enveloped.
You'll always be enveloped in the boat hammock. But Camille is woken. He gets up in his seatbelt because he hears a voice. Who could it be?
He thinks it's 4.
He thinks it's 4. Smash cut to the Psycho Gundam firing on Axis. Oops.
Yep, oops.
Yeah,
Here she
just
comes.
shooting the hole.
I love that they've sort of like evolved. And again, Psycho Mark II, I believe, does still have the fingertip beam launchers, but they've evolved for the entire hand unhinges and it like blasts out of the wrist.
Yeah.
She just kind of like
more
flops her
lasers.
wrist and the whole hand comes off and there's gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So no hand.
So no hand. More like so no leg. Am I right, gamers?
Yeah.
It's a bit of foreshadowing for their
Yeah.
listeners.
4?
Gates
4?
does lose his
Shadowing.
connection to Rosamia, so she's kind of lost in the sauce out here because the Minovsky particles are just too dense.
Sorry, I just realized foreshadowing is what happens in this whole episode.
Yeah. Everyone is shadowed by 4's massive new type psychic ghost brain
Big
at all
swole
times.
sexy brain.
Yeah.
Oh man, 4 would have had a great time facing off against Haman and Patmos, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe she still will. I'm sure she's still around.
She's probably fine.
Also, while all of this is happening, Basque, like his team notices a group of Titans mobile suits moving in, but they're on radio silent, and so he's assumed that it's a Sirocco team come to kill him. So he sends Yazan out to take care of them.
Pretty good assumption.
He's right. I love this that Patmos is now like, he's not like, he lied on air saying that Haman killed Hyman, but now he's like, I'm also gonna kill Basque. I'm still doing it, baby. You know how I be.
Yeah.
Good for him.
But yeah, because Fa cries out for help from Camille. It's like, at first, because when, those rocks fall and she's cries out for Camille, I'm like, mate. But to be fair to her, Camille always can hear her when she cries out for help, so I just kind of feel like she's developed this instinctive reaction to just call Camille no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in private chat, so they always get notifications.
And yeah, so I think at some point Camille launches, right? Did we skip anything?
Yeah, no, he launches, and as he's launching, he's like, why am I hearing Thor's voice right now?
Yeah.
And also, whenever he is about to launch, we cut to command, and command center are like, oh fuck, oh my god, we really need someone to launch right now. And just Camille comes on the phone like, I'm launching. And I'm like, oh thank fuck.
Thank God.
Also, the first of many times where Gates is trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, and we see Rosamia's lips become superimposed on the screen as she psychically tells him that she's found the Argama and is going to attack it.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, this whole episode has a Snapchat filter over it that's just like, Rosami. Or one of those weird Instagram things that just make you into a strange pink floating Rosami that floats over the screen.
Also,
turns you into Gundam.
Can I say how confusing and stupid it is that, Rosami with, Rosami is the Titans pilot, whereas Rosamia is the one that believes that, fucking Camille is her brother. And it's like they don't stick to it consistently enough, and it's so confusing, and it would have been better if they made them much more separate, different names.
Yeah.
Literally,
weird.
up until this episode, I just thought it was a translation inconsistency. Literally.
Yeah.
She just has 2 different names that sound almost exactly the same and mean completely different things to her.
She has 2 different names that are only 2 letters different.
This wouldn't have been a problem if she was named after Rosalita Bruce Springsteen song.
But
Rosa and Lita. Perfect.
Yeah.
Hey!
Zeta finally realizes that it isn't 4 in the Psycho Gundam Mark II, and they begin to do a good fight.
It's so cool. It's good fucking fight. Oh, yeah.
We get a cool Star Wars trench run scene.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's really sick. As, Psycho's, bearing down on him from above.
Yeah.
I'm I love that just, Psycho can't fit in the canyon, so
That's
Zeta
cute.
Gundam just kind of snooks down into it and just runs along, and it's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he goes into the Death Star exhaust hatch. And we see him sort of slash. I don't know if it's that he can't fit to show how small it is, but he does it and also sort of slashes, which causes the shutter to close as the Psycho Gundam dives into it too.
This
Camille's
is
trick.
100% in Star Wars. You blow up the console to make the door close.
Okay, all right, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
It's simply Star Wars.
It traps Psycho Gundam Mark II's leg in the in the door of the tunnel. It can't maneuver in such a tight space, and so Camille hops out of the cockpit to check out who the pilot is.
And it is very cool, and this is always cool whenever this happens in any movie or thing, whenever just the big bad nasty thing is trapped and can't move, so that the quote unquote good guy just kind of stands there just out of reach and goes to inspect it. It's always good to me. It's always
it works
cool.
for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Rosami also gets out, and they have a cool pistol fight. Yeah.
They have a zero gravity aggressive cuddle.
Yeah.
It's literally Amuro and Char again.
Yeah. Camille does a very cool shot where he just barely grazes her helmet with a pistol shot to throw her off balance, so then he can tackle and grab her to confirm that yes, it is Rosami.
And he just fucking wraps his legs around her torso.
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts her in a Kimura.
Well,
it's great.
We know he's a judo master. He knows how to do
That's
this.
true. I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, he's he realizes that she's still on the whole brother thing, so he's like, I'm your brother. But, like, as he's doing this, like, he also is hearing Four's voice saying, like, we're finally together. I'm never going to let you go, Camille.
Yeah.
So he's all fucked up, too.
Yeah, because it's like he is very much having a conversation with two girls at once here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, 5 girls at once, because 1 girl is 4.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sure, yeah, of course. But it was quite unclear to me, beforehand, whether he thought that 4 was actually piloting the Psycho Gundam, or if he thought that Rosemi was piloting it, but then was like, why am I hearing 4's vibes? And it kind of feels like it was the latter one.
There's 3 different ways that I think you can take this, and I don't think there's ever a definitive answer in Zeta. Or really any Gundam. I feel like this is the biggest hanging thread in Gundam. Like, even like Gundam Narrative is probably the Gundam that has like talked about cyber new types the most after this in Double Zeta, and still does not make me believe anything about what is actually going on here. But I feel like we have 3 different things. Either this is 4's new type Space Ghost interceding to try and help out. Or this is the kind of the 4 persona, and like the soul of 4 is a thing that is imprinted onto these cyber new type girls the Titans have been developing. So they're all basically the same person. So there's always going to be a core of 4 in there. Or
I'm leaning more towards the latter personally.
I mean, to be honest, personally, I'm leaning towards that Camille is just McFucking losing it because he's been in war too long.
Yeah.
Well, who could say?
The thing that I lean towards is that this is the Psycho Gundam Mark II. They probably used recovered like bits of the Psycho frame from the original Psycho Gundam, and so it's the soul and like personality of 4 that was in the Psycho Gundam that is now reaching out through the Psycho Gundam Mark II.
It still smells like 4 a little bit.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, either between like 1 and 3 on that, but also I really do like the idea that they are just like carbon copying printing 4s for all of these new type girls.
Counterfeit 4 manufacturing.
Yeah. It's probably like, if you put like a really old camembert in like a tub, like that tub's gonna smell like that for months afterwards. You can't get that out. Yeah.
You can't get that smell. Nuh-uh.
Yeah. When you have the Tupperware that's eternally stained red by the spaghetti. Yeah, we get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The spaghetti from when Camille and Haman faced
But
off.
actually, the other thing I wanted to say about the 4 Rosemi stuff while we're here on it is that a lot of the conversations that the stuff that like Rosemi says or that Camille says to Rosemi is like, hey, like, oh no, it's Rosemi who's like, you're not my brother. My memories are fuck, what is it? I can't remember what it is, but she starts talking about like fake memories, and someone's talking about how like all her memories have been like implanted into her.
You're getting ahead of yourself, because this is you're talking about the Fa Yo-Yo hypnotism scene, which is the best scene in all of Gundam.
It's so stupid.
But yeah, eventually Rosevia gets sucked out through like an airlock or something, and we're left to a different scene.
I think like we just kind of cut right over, because like they get sucked through an airlock, and like we immediately see Rosemi like sort of like wobbling, walking away, and she's in the residential district where the AU people are.
This is where we see Dang.
We see Dang. And she sees Fa in like a clothing shop or a toy store, I guess.
It's a toy store.
There's like I think every time I see that mannequin out front, I think it's a clothing store.
Yeah.
But it's a toy store.
I mean, whatever it is, it's fucking terrifying. This is the scariest scene in this show.
Oh yeah, we go in and like she has a gun. And she's like holding a gun at Fa, and she like shoots at Fa, and Fa dodges and hits a clown, and the clown like does like the
yeah,
and like the oil leaks out of the clown's eye where it was shot, and it's like really weirdly gruesome.
Why did the head of the clown have oil in it? I don't understand.
The reason that I don't know what the fuck happened in this scene is because anytime anything happened is just like Fa's talking, and it's just the clown's head is going up and down very slowly in the background, and it's the only thing that I can possibly look at, because like I have to keep my eye on any thread, and that clown is extremely threatening.
It's like the same thing affecting Rosamia with 4 yo-yoing is the clown yo-yoing its head. So
yeah, the clown is yo-yoing me.
We have entered Sagi the Dark Carnival.
Yeah. Yeah, and like Camille's running after them, right?
Yeah.
And then Fa just has this Jimmy Neutron ass brain blast where it's like, what if a yo-yo?
Well,
and it works.
Really important first, Camille only goes into the toy shop because he sees 4 in it. But it's actually
Right. Oh,
Rosemary.
right.
Like Camille is full on having like full visual hallucinations of 4 right now.
He's normal.
Yeah. But
Normal boy.
yeah, Fa
and like
does.
it's sort of it feels like that whenever he looks like through the shop window, it's 4, but then when he goes into the shop, it's Rosamie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And stuff
He
like
needs a
that.
better look. He realizes.
As we know, planes of glass are frequently treated like transitory spaces in film. It's good.
Yeah, it's a mirror of Rosamia.
Yeah.
The one-way mirror of Rosamie.
Yeah. Fa does pull a yo-yo out. Rosamie thinks that it's a gun and tells her to put it down, but Fa just starts yo-yoing, and he
Just like
she
you
just
do.
wouldn't stop yoing.
The facial expression on Rosamia in these scenes is like really interesting to me because she has this like really, really intense like concentration on her face, but then you can see how calm she is just like moving her eyes up and down to yo-yo. It's like I didn't take a screenshot of it, but like her face is just really like I feel very deliberately drawn in a way that makes you sort of like feel how weirdly like uncomfortable yet sedated she is in that moment.
Yeah.
Remind me like in a couple hours to take a screenshot of it because it's very, very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like the people do the drawings good.
Yeah. Fa delivers her whole screed about how like this whole cyber new type thing is fake. It's just a number of different ways that people are sending normal people to go to war and kill each other.
Oops.
So yeah, the note that I have here is like, so Rosamie has false memories. Did they take 4's memories out of 4 and put them into Rosamie? What is going on? What the hap is fucking?
Were 4's memories even real to begin with? Is this just a blanket copy of false memories they put into the psychic new type girl? Like,
How can eyes be real if our brains aren't real?
yeah.
Yeah.
This is where Rosamie says, "I'm Rosamia, not Rosamie," and I'm just like, fuck
Are
the
you,
show.
And I say, what? Those are the
Yeah,
same
just-
name.
huh?
Fuck you.
You said the same name twice. Rosamie, come back.
Yeah.
But what
And she
isn't the
runs
same
off.
name? 4 is a different name to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a
Because
little
that's
different.
what Camille yells after her when she
Yeah,
runs away.
And Camille does see her change in and out of 4 form. And I think the biggest difference is that Rosamie has regular boots on, but 4 has heels in her boots, which I think is just a nice touch.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Four's jumpsuit is blue as well. Rosamia's is black.
Yeah.
There's simply 2 girls.
There's
5
simply
girls,
2
sorry.
girls.
There's simply 5 girls. And like as Camille runs off yelling after 4, Fa's like, "What the why is he saying 4?
Yeah.
This boy ain't right."
Just the way she says it as well is just, it's kind of badly done because she's like, whoa, that was Rosamia, but I could have sworn I just heard Camille call her 4. And
Isn't that a pickle?
that's so weird. And it's very clumsy.
I think
This isn't like a Disney Channel show.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
something like that needed to be said so that we know that, like, Fa isn't super new type brain.
We know that Fa is like more normal than Camille is right
but
now.
also they
Yeah.
could have done it without just making Fa seem like an idiot who doesn't know what things are.
Yeah.
Certainly, Fa has said more about the material circumstances of the working class in the past minute than anyone has said in this entire fucking
Ugh.
show.
Big if true.
Thank you, Fa.
So they return to their suits, and Rosamia is like flying off, crying after her brother, and she activates laser light show mode.
Yeah. Also, very important, Gates and Rekua are fighting right now as well, and Gates keeps getting, like, distracted by Rosamia's, like, psychic
right.
broadcasts to him.
She's like spamming the chat. Rosamia, stop spamming the chat.
Yeah. She also shoots her
It's
light
just gonna turn off notifications.
At Gates, where are you? At Gates, where are you? At Gates, where are you?
Rosamia would totally be the kind of person that uses at everyone for every single post that she makes in the
Oh
Discord.
God, don't call on. I'm gonna get mad thinking about that.
Is the function of the Psycho Gundam if you think about it.
Wow.
Kind
Damn,
of.
it really is.
Yeah, sure.
Pappas has a special at everyone for like the entire region.
Yeah, he can
servers.
add multiple discords at once.
Here's the fucked up thing about the Zeta Discord is that everybody has a specific role that they're in the Zeta Discord, and the Psycho Gundam is allowed to just at that one role whenever they want.
She's freaking out, and Camille's flying after her, and he sees Four saying, like, what does Four say? Four is, I forget what Four says, but then he also sees Sarah saying help.
Yeah. Let's throw another girl in here.
Yeah, he's seeing
Another
Four
girl.
and Sarah basically say, like, help, you have to stop this. Like, they're both telling him to do it.
And it's like, if there's like a kind of like a separation between like Rosami and Rosamia, because it's like there's the Rosami who's like in the Psycho Gundam, like screaming out, "Somebody help me!" And then there's the Rosami who is like ghost projecting herself towards Camille, being like, "Camille, please help."
Yeah, it's almost like Rosami is in the Psycho. I can't even keep track of which one is which. I'm just gonna commit to saying Rosami's in the Psycho Gundam, while Rosamia is like 1 foot in the Psycho Gundam, 1 foot in the hot tub, and so now all the other girls in the hot tub are trying to help out with the situation because like they're not gonna leave their girl like high and dry like that. They're also gonna tell Camille that he needs to do something about this.
Yeah, homies look out for homies.
Yeah, and she's like firing on the Argama. It's like, anyway, I started blasting Danny Vito voice.
Yeah, because like the Argama like accidentally flies into the Psycho 2's like field of fire as it's just shooting everywhere.
Yeah, and it's kind of the final thing that Camille says here is he says, "Please, just one more time, become my sister Rosami again," which kind of got me.
Yeah,
pretty good there.
Ouch.
We also keep getting these like interspersed shots of Axis being closer and closer to the moon and closer to Granada to like really up the fucking stakes and tension going on. Like,
I don't think I noticed.
Yeah, it is like dangerously close to Granada at this point. Like a couple minutes away from impact, I imagine.
Yeah. Rosami goes to charge the Argama and Camille lines a shot up and
I know what I must do.
Thor
It's
tells him
happening
to
again.
take it.
Make it hurt.
Do it.
Make it count.
Quickly.
Kill me in one shot.
Take the shot.
He shoots, and we see it hit the Psycho Gundam, and we see the silhouette of Rosami being launched from the cockpit, and it's happening again.
She looks so
It happened
calm.
again.
It's happening again.
It's happening again.
It's
What you say?
It's happening
That you
again.
only meant when
It's happening again.
It's happening
Cause you
again.
did
It's
what you
happening
said.
It's
again.
happening again.
That it's all fine.
It's happening again.
I feel like I'm on Nart.
Oppa Gundam style. Hi, I'm
Gundam
Colin.
style,
My
everyone.
pronouns are they and them. These are my co-hosts. Sarah.
Hey, I'm Sarah. My pronouns are she and they. Welcome
go
to
back in the
Welcome
soup.
Robot.
Yeah.
I want to go back in the soup.
Max, you want to introduce yourself for Wowco Robot?
Yeah, hi, I'm Max, he, him pronouns. I feel like I just got shot in the back of the head by a laser.
Oh, that's
I'm-
weird.
I'm good now. I'm fine
we
now.
haven't gotten to that episode yet, Max.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about the episodes this week. We watched some.
Getting a little ahead of myself.
Yeah. They introduced this new character called Rosamia in this. We're about to head to San Francisco.
Real quick, before we do that, have either of you guys seen my brother?
Your brother?
My brother.
Your brother? You have a
Not my
brother?
Yeah, I've always had a brother. What are you talking about?
Your brother, Maximi?
No, my brother Camille. You tell me you don't know about my brother?
Oh wait, yeah, Camille is your brother that's alive, not your brother that was crushed under a destroyed building that the Zeta Gundam destroyed, right, Max? Because you have to kill the Zeta Gundam.
Wait.
Maximi?
What's a? I'm sorry, Gundam.
Maximi.
What's a Gundam?
Maximi, do you not remember when the Zeta Gundam made the Skyfall? Max, the Zeta Gundam made the Skyfall. You have to stop it.
My almonds. My almonds. God.
All right, what the fuck is up, Julius? Hello and welcome to Pod Oak Creek.
No. I'm getting sweaty. You can't.
Come and grab your friends. I'm so glad to have Max and Sarah on tonight for Meta Watch. We watched some really great episodes tonight. Icky and Metabe really got up to some crazy stuff.
I gotta say, I have been like eager to come on this episode, this podcast, because like I keep hearing you talk about wonderful B Metabe, and I am so excited to finally meet him.
Oh yeah, I mean, he has, he does have the Metaforce. He has a rare metal, which allows him to just, exert great, like, just absolutely amazing abilities and attacks that just seem to exude from him.
They just come out of his mind. They just exude from his power. Like Camille in Zeta Gundam, you have to stop them, Maximi. He's gonna make the sky fall.
Hi, my name is Sarah. My pronouns are she and they, and I will never believe it.
And hi, my name is Colin, and my pronouns are they and them, and I also will never believe it.
Hi, I'm Max. My pronouns are he and him, and I think I'm a little confused here. I thought you wanted to come on the show for me to talk about what fashion I wear.
Oh, yeah. This is on Pick. This is a show. Fuck, I've forgotten. It's been too long since I've been done on Pick. I can't remember how I introduced it.
Hi, my name is Colin, and I just, domo arigato, Mr. Roboto, and here for Creature Culture, I've got my good friend Sarah.
Oh, God. What's happening again?
And I've got Max.
I'm here.
And today we're going to be talking about robots.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you picked Fire Emblem for this episode of Slappers Only, Max, because I've been waiting to talk about this soundtrack for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah. It's.
Have we run out of podcasts that we do not yet?
Well, I was gonna do Slappers Only next, and you took that, and I'm like, wait, I'm like definitely out of podcasts that I do. I'm not gonna like pick someone else's podcast that's not even on the show in the first
Sorry,
place.
I did do that.
What happened? Hey, what was that?
It's happening again, Max.
It's happening again.
That you only meant well.
Now, I genuinely don't know if you both planned that out, or if you just decided to like own me just in this moment.
We planned.
Well, you'll never know.
Oh yeah, I'll never know.
I think a vast majority of that was completely improvised, and maybe just a couple of words were said otherwise. But yeah, no, that was great. Thank you all for that. That was very good.
I genuinely feel like that's the closest a human being can come to entering the soup with someone else.
Yeah. That's just entering the soup with someone is just listening to all of their podcasts.
Really, that's how you achieve human empathy.
Oh man. We get Camille breathing heavy. Gates is completely overwhelmed at the death of Rosamia. And this is just a bad time. Psycho Gundam Mark II is destroyed though.
Yeah, so like I don't know. So Camille McFucking loses it, of course.
Yeah,
he does a big
gets
yell.
This like battle cry as he blasts her head off.
Yeah.
And like as she dies, she's like, "Brother, I finally found you." Ugh.
Whenever Camille yells distraught, he's drawn exactly like Garma. And it was very confusing to me. I was like,
What,
Garma?
That purple twig from Gundam?
Garma?
Garma from Gundam?
Garma from Gundam?
Oh man.
So, guess
Our
he's Garma.
Guess he's Garma.
He does very much. He's just blonde Garma. Like Gates is just blonde Garma. They reused the design. I like it. I like to look at him.
It's nice hair.
Yeah, he's got a little curl,
An interesting sort of directorial choice is like after this very agonizing, very intense scene, Rekua just gets to kill Basket. It's really sick.
Oh yeah, no, it's so good. Rekua just rolls up on the Dagosa gear and just fucking blasts it into the fucking cockpit, into the bridge.
She's like, Sonic sends his regards. Boom.
I'm glad, turf shit aside, God, I wish this is one of the scenes that makes me wish that they took a different direction or a different flavor with Rekua, because this is the shit that I want to see Rekua do.
It's effective use of girl power.
Yeah, it is an effective use of girl power.
Finally.
And as this Yazan's team fucks off to safety, good thing Yazan, my horrible stinky boy, was out battling as this happened. He's like, bye.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Fuck this toe-headed man. I'm going away.
I'm gonna find work with Koopa Bowser.
And then this is all kind of punctuated by the colony laser officially firing, streaking across from an unknown point, hitting Axis, causing a huge explosion, and pushing it out of the trajectory of Granada and into orbit around the moon. Torres has saved the day.
No,
Hell
the
yeah,
moon has a
Torres.
moon.
Yeah.
That's nice.
How many layers do you think we can get? Like, can we get the moon's moon a moon? I'm sorry, the moon. The moon has a moon,
Oh yeah, so the moon is the moom's moon.
which means that it would if the moon's moon is the moon, then the moon's moon would be the mooey, because the letter gets shorter at the end. I think is how it works.
Well, would it be the mooey or would it be the mooey?
Would it?
Oh,
Wouldn't
no,
it
no,
just
you know what
be
it'd
the
be?
moon?
No. It would be the moo, and then that moo would get a moo called a moop, etc., etc.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
Yeah,
It's Inception.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, it works. Goodbye, Axis.
Yeah, back at the base. Fa is talking to Camille. And she's being really nice about Rosamie. She's like, oh well, I guess it really wasn't her fault. She was actually real nice in the end, and she just got blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But Camille,
also, like, she's Fa specifically like upset about how harsh she was in Rosamie, how harsh she was to Rosamie, and like trying to like talk her down and like reprogram her. But like Camille's like, oh no, it's fine. You were right. Like, neither new types nor cyber new types are really able to make a difference. All we can do is kill others, right?
the only thing we're good for is taking other people's lives.
I am smiling so serenely right now. Oh
Hi,
my god.
I'm Camille Bidan, and I'm smiling serenely in a rather creepy way.
And
I'm Camille Badon, and I think killing is good.
And now we get to the part of why I love Quattro Bagina but hate Char Aznavour, because Char walks up behind him with very good, cool, I'm happy about the situation that I made the Gundam boy face, and says, don't worry about it too much. You know, like if you worry too much about killing people, it's just you're going to be in a bad split. You need to be able to deal with it. And Camille turns around and says, you know, if I did, I couldn't live with myself being a new type, could I? So I'm fine. And immediately you see Char just get the most horrified look on his face, realizing...
He's like, oh, I broke the kid. Oh, the kid's broken. Uh-oh.
Like, he meant to break the kid, and then he sees what the kid's like once he breaks him. And, like, this is why
You fucked up a perfectly good new type, Char Aznavour.
I don't think any new type's good, Sarah.
This is kind of like we had this discussion on the last episode of like, you can't accelerate this. If you accelerate making the new type boy, it's no different than making a cyber new type, even if you're not, you know, hypnotizing them or doing experiments on them or filling them full of chemicals or radiation or whatever. Char has done the exact same thing to Camille that they did to that they did to Rosamia. They've broken a person and they've made him psychically powerful, ignoring the fact that it is the long-term societal change and like growth and connection. And they took a boy who was fully capable of making these emotional connections with people, of connecting with people, of negotiating with people. He was ready to talk to Haman on an equal level to find a way where they both could exist. And he broke him and turned him into a fucking gun. And that's what's wrong with Char Aznavour.
It's like... The problem is that, well, I mean, I feel like at this point the show is telling you that it's bad both ways, but like the sort of in fiction view of this is like, it's okay for them to do it this way because it's a quote unquote natural process. It's not like they took Camille into a lab and stuck needles in his brain. It's like, no, it's fine that it happened this way because he went out in space like we all did, and he did battle like we all did for the greater good, and it's okay that he's broken this way. But like, the fact that Char has to now reckon with what he's done is like this insanely hard-hitting scene.
You know, we got 2 episodes left, so I'm not going to get too much into this, but
It always scares the shit out of me when you say that.
We got 2 more episodes of this show left, but I think that
Can't wait to get my $20.
The show is very aware of the fact that they're aware that that's Char's justification, that this is quote unquote natural, in the same way that in Mobile Suit Gundam, and especially the way that the movie trilogy gave additional kind of commentary to it, that quote unquote throwing the boy in the battle to make him a good new type is fine. It's natural. It's, you know, we don't have a control over it. He'll be fine. And I think this is Zeta specifically saying, no, it's the same. Like, it is absolutely the fucking same. And it's like, you know, this is why they keep repeatedly like pointing towards, you know, oh, can we do this quickly? Can we wait for it? You know, Fa literally saying like, you know, there's no difference. The new types and cyber new types don't exist. It's just people being thrown into war. Like, this is the message that Zeta is trying to say, is that, you know, you can have these lofty like ideals and we should work towards them. But this pre-postmodern modern idea of fast revolution and extreme change will only end in tragedy. Like, that's what Zeta is trying to say. Like, this is like, Zeta is literally being made in the peak period of postmodern like philosophical thought. And like, this is it falling in line with it.
So the thing that kind of, it's the fact that whenever Camille says the only thing we're good for is taking other people's lives, as in new types, like, Fa just leaves. Fa is like,
oh yeah, she's like, I'm out of here.
Bye.
I'm not being here
Like,
for this conversation.
she's kind of like haunted, and then she's just replaced by like fucking Char's hand coming from off screen and like placing itself on Camille's shoulder, and you're like, And then the line he says in the dub is, "Don't lose any sleep over it." Like, he says it really fucking nicely, really like pleasantly. He's like, "Oh, buddy, it'll be gonna be fine." And then just like, the thing Camille says is, "It doesn't actually bother me. If it did, I wouldn't be a very effective new type, would I?" And it's just very unsubtly slamming home the fact that, like, in this world, the only thing that new types are good for is killing people. Yeah. And it's kind of, again, flashing me back to the thing at the end of 0079, whenever Char was like, oh, the only thing new types are good for is being weapons. And just like, here we are back at it again. And Char's face, realizing he broke the point, it would be wonderful if Zeta actually provided an alternative, if we did see perhaps Fa using new type stuff to take care of the children. Like, if all she's going to do is take care of the children, at least make that like a useful demonstration of like how empathic connection can be used, or give me something.
So like, yeah, you're 100% right. Like, think back to like the previous episode we just covered, where Haman is the one who breaks out of this psychic dialogue to have peace, to be the one who is the psychic weapon, to use funnels to kill people. Whereas like Camille was there and ready and waiting to just like connect at the deepest possible emotional level to like come to an agreement, to like find peace between their people. And because he failed to do that, because she broke away from that, and because of this whole thing with Rosemi, because of the influence of Char upon him, all of these other things, he is left with simply, I am a new type is a weapon, that's what I am. And we have 2 episodes left, and Sarah, you're gonna like Double Zeta. I don't think you're gonna like Zeta, though. But it's, and to that point, I do want to point out, you know, we had, 5 years between 0079 and Zeta coming out? The first episode of Double Zeta comes out the week after Zeta ends.
Is that I'm not, actually, I'm not going to ask about like chronology and timelines there, because I will just kind of watch it and find out.
Yeah, but I think it's important as we go into the end of Zeta Gundam that Double Zeta has been in production for probably a few months now. Like, they go from one show immediately into the next show. They have like a week break where they do like a weird clip show that kind of explains what the UC universe is, and that's the only, like, that is the transition. Like, this is the most back-to-back any Gundam show has ever been. So like, yes, like, yeah, it would be fantastic if in the next 2 episodes that we saw Fa like use true new type stuff in a way that's peaceful. We're not going to get it. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that now. That's not going to happen.
I'm not expecting that.
Yeah, that's the bar is way too high.
I have no faith in the show whatsoever.
Basically, anything good or hopeful you should expect from Zeta Gundam, get ready to watch Double Zeta, because Double Zeta is really good, and you're in.
Yeah, I'll just kick it down the road. And also,
yeah.
once we record, we watch the final 2 episodes, and we record our episode about them. I will just kind of watch all of Double Zeta in like the whole week.
Oh God! And then I'm gonna be like
then
I'm gonna be Squidward looking outside at Patrick and SpongeBob frolicking, and I'm still like, I have to watch only 3 a week.
Also, at the end of my notes, I have the note that says, Camille is dead, huh? I don't know who this boy is, but there's no Camille left in there.
The old Camille can't come to the phone right now.
So, like, can I have my $20?
It's a lot like
It's a technicality.
It's a lot like Quattro, isn't it? When Quattro
Yeah, it's kinda
isn't
like
in
Quattro.
battle, he's a different person, and like really the only time we see him truly himself is in battle, and that's similar for Camille now. When Camille's on the ship, he's so, oh, I'm happy, I'm a new type, and then we see him in battle, and he's actually has clarity and has emotion and like has sadness and joy and stuff. And I feel like Char has broken this child. It is bad.
It's not good.
Yeah, there's no amount of duct tape that can fix this boy.
Just don't get in a Gundam in the first place is what this boils down to. It's not gonna end
Wow,
well.
shitty robots.
Okay.
Ew.
Robots are meant to be admired from a distance.
Yeah.
I don't want to continually say you all need to watch Double Zeta, because I know you're going to watch Double Zeta, and we're finally in a
I have no choice.
we're finally in a fandom that says, oh wait, yes, you should watch Double Zeta, because for literally a decade of my life people told me I should not watch that show. But you know, Judo Ashta's going to come into your life, and things are going to be good again. But right now we have a broken child in the Gundam.
Yeah, we have to push through this last bit, and then we can maybe find some happiness. God, do we have anything else to say about
Nope.
the death of Camille Badon?
Long live Camille Badon.
Long live Camille Biden.
Fuck you.
Do you want to do a segment, Sarah? It's up to you.
Oh, I don't have a segment. I forgot about
that's-
it completely. Also, I have depression.
The segment was us telling you that it's bad.
Yeah.
Was your segment just prepping the "ooh, what you say" clip? Because that's valid.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
The segment was the actual real life soup that we entered a while back. God, that was okay. I know, like after I recorded Nightmare in Error with Roy a couple weeks ago, she tweeted out that like that was like one of her top 5 podcasts ever recording. This is one of my top 5 podcasts I've ever recorded. Like that moment was like, wow.
This is
new
the
type
perfect
song.
Zeta podcast. Like this is the quintessential Zeta. Like fuck Mobile Suit Breakdown. Fuck Great Gundam Project. Fuck anybody
I'm
else.
I'm behind Colin Wavy and crossing my arms.
This is
Declaring war.
Like those shows, episode to episode, season basis, probably better podcasts. This is the only episode that gets fucking Zeta Gundam.
They may be making several $1,000s a month on Patreon, but do they got soup? I don't think so.
They have never entered the soup together. We have.
We have, and we've come out, I wouldn't say stronger, but different.
Max,
are
where can
parboiled.
people find you on the internet?
Thank you for asking, Colin. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, everywhere else, at MaxyBajillion. I'll let Sarah introduce one of the shows. My other show is called Slappers Only, a video game music showdown podcast that I do with my friend Jordan. That's on twitter.com/slappersonlypod or slappersonlypod.com.
Well, thank you very much for allowing me to tell the listeners all about the world's only Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast sponsored by Kaibo Corp, Pod of Greed, now covering GX. It's a very good time to hop on the Pod of Greed train if you want to kind of sneak in there. And personally, I'm Sarah. I used to do another podcast. First of all, you can find me everywhere on the internet at Sarah McCostumes. You can find my website at sarahmcclintock.com/knitwear if you want to buy some products. I'm going to put some more stuff up there. It's very nice.
Sarah, psst, Sarah.
Yeah.
This episode's going to go up in December.
And I just want to wish everyone a very, very happy Otu Ranza. Visit narutohead.band. Thank you for reminding me, because I did forget.
It's really scary hearing you say it out loud.
Oturanza.
Otu Ranza.
Oturanza.
Otu Ranza.
Colin, how about you?
Hi, my name is Colin. You can find me on pretty much everywhere at Padgettish, Padgettish. You can also find my other podcast, MetaWatch, where me and my co-host Mitch are watching MetaWatch, which is an equally wild time. Not quite as like truly crazy as Zeta Gundam, but we're having a lot of fun with it. I really highly recommend you go check out this kind of like fucking lost pearl of the early 2000s. It's such a great, weird, like Pokemon inspired show with robots. I absolutely love it to pieces. Also, I haven't figured out exactly when I'm going to do this, but I know we've been in the pandemic for forever, and I have really, really been missing going to bars. And so I think at some point in December, I haven't figured out an exact date, I am going to stream Yakuza 0, and I am going to host a pub crawl.
Oh my god.
So, you know, come out, have some drinks. We'll do some karaoke. I'll teach you about various liquors. Maybe somebody's gonna accost us on the way from bar to bar. We'll probably get some fried food. We'll see how it goes. It should be a great time. But that is the gift I'm gonna try and give to people this Christmas.
Wow.
Oh, Max, do we need to call it for questions this week?
This week we'll go up. No,
because if we call it for questions next week,
yes,
then...
okay, yeah, you're right. It's this week.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was like, so by the time this episode comes up, Sunday, December, whatever, first Sunday of December, we will be 2 weeks out from recording our wrap-up episode. Of Zeta. So what we do, since we don't do regular questions for every episode, we're gonna have a mailbag. So what we will do is there will be a special channel in the Wow Cool Robot Discord, which you can find a link to on our Twitter, I believe. And you can go there and post any questions you want about Zeta. We're gonna try and really get through all of them, just because it's like one big sort of blowout. We'll be doing a robot tier list. Will surely be a lot of fighting about that. Going over our general thoughts of the show. I might also make a Twitter post, and people can comment there if you aren't on Discord or don't want to join our Discord for whatever reason. It's kind of a scary place. I get it. I understand. So yeah, when this episode goes up, I believe the question mailbag should be open. And I will make a post when that goes up as well, because we record a week in advance. So it's always weird planning that out because time's not real. I don't acknowledge it as a concept. Thank you again, Sarah, for letting me know that. And now, actually, I have a question for you, Sarah. What's your robot of the week?
My robot of the week is this Renaissance style kind of droidy thing designed by Rory Bjorkman. I think that's how you say it. There's an umlaut over the O. And yeah, he's just like you can find him on Twitter at rory.bjorkman, BJORKman. And if you go there, there's just like, it's the second post now, and there's just like this really cool robot, like designed after kind of like a Renaissance doublet with some suit of armor influences, with a
if
cool
Shakespeare had a
orb.
Gundam.
Yeah, it's like if Shakespeare had or possibly was a Gundam.
You know, William P. Gundam.
William P. Gundam. And this is my robot of the week. Also,
That's beautiful.
My second answer is this Bender from Futurama.
Yeah, thank you. Of course. Yeah, you know. We had to cover all our bases here.
Yeah.
Well, all right. That'll do it. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're still with us, if you're still able to sort of acknowledge us, say hello.
Can you still see us? Hello?
Can you still see us? Can you still hear us? Hello?
Are you
You're in
here?
the soup?
Hello? Are you there?
It's happening again.
It's happening
As
again.
we always
It's
say,
happening again.
Hi, my name is
ask
Sarah.
not for whom the
It's
track
happening
slaps.
again.
No,
It's
I can't
happening
hear Max
again.
anymore. Call me Kill
no.
Max.
It's happening
Oh,
again.
no.
I can't hear Max.
Beans.
It's happening again. It's happening again.